e-commerce businesses. So thousands of products using Facebook ads, Google ads, Snapchat ads, LinkedIn ads, whatever you might be able to think of, right? I've sold multiple markets. I actually started my journey with the US market, then I moved on to European market, and finally the Indian market as well, because, well, we don't. And I've spent up to 30 crores on advertising and marketing. So it has given me a little bit of experience. It's still a long way for me as well to learn, because this is a dynamic field, dynamic industry, and you always learn something new. But yes, over the past 7 years, I have been able to learn a lot of new things, which I'm going to be sharing with you today. Right. I want to tell you a little bit of my story very, very quickly. Okay. So I graduated from college in 2015. I was in Maharashtra IB University. And when I graduated, just like any student, I had no idea what to do with my life. So I started a small business, e-commerce business, as it turned out, where I'm selling fashion accessories on Amazon, Flipkart, Snapdeal. These platforms are coming back up, like back then, very, very quickly. So I started selling jewelry, belts, shoes, what have you, from a small office near my house. And what do you know? For 1 year I did that. It completely failed. So after that, I took up a job at a startup because I wanted to understand, like how does a business actually work? Because I had already started a business, I had failed in a business. So I wanted to understand how it works. So I took a small job at a startup for 6 months, where my salary was 14,000 rupees for a month, which was not a lot, to be honest. So as a guy, who just graduated college, and after 1 year, I want to hang out with my friends, with my family, but the money was simply not enough. And I know a lot of people have DM'd me as well, have emailed me as well, like, just how can they do that? How can they have enough money to just have a comfortable enough life? So I was completely jobless after that startup failed. For 6 months, I worked in that startup. After it failed, I was like, okay, now what do I do? So for 4 months, I was completely jobless. I had no idea what to do. And in the meantime, I, started applying for other jobs as well. And after that, in 2017, I actually got a new job at a company called Little Black Book LTD. Some of you might know it, some of you might not. I was a senior writer there. I used to write about, like, places in Delhi, new restaurants, bars, events happening, shoppable stuff. So I was a writer. So that's what I used to do. And meanwhile, when I had that job, I started searching, how to make money online, just like any clueless person on Google, how to make money online. Chat GPT was not there back then. So I was Googling, and that's how I stumbled across dropshipping. And that's when my life actually changed, because I remember on 23rd October 2018, I made my first sale. Actually, I paid an Instagram influencer. I was selling in the US. I paid an Instagram influencer about $100, which was around 7,000 rupees at that time. And my salary was only like 28,000. So it was like 25% of my salary I paid to that influencer, just to post about my product for 24 hours on their page. And the next morning when I got up, like, I mean, I want you guys to guess how much do you think I made in sales the next morning when I actually woke up. I paid them $100, and can you guess how much I actually made in sales the next day when I woke up? Because that's what actually changed my life. Okay, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 500, 5,000, 600. All right, all good guesses. So the next morning when I woke up, I actually had made $1,100, which was around 77,000 rupees in sales. And that's when I realized, what the hell? I made like more than 2 months of my salary in one night, by posting a meme on Instagram. And that's when, like, something like switched in my head, and I'm like, what the hell am I doing with my life when opportunities like this actually exist? And my problem, the only problem I had in my life was that I just did not have the knowledge for it. And after that day, after 23rd of October 2018, I went all in. I went crazy for the next 3 months. I made a lot of money. I posted a lot of memes. It was actually a really good time to get started as well, because December, Jan, Feb, like in January, February, people are really wanting to do something with their lives. People want to, purchase things that are related to motivation, right? And in December, people were buying things related to Christmas and New Year. So that was a really good time for me to actually, sell a lot of that stuff. And fast forward to March 2019. This is a memory that I will never forget. I was in Goa with a few of my friends, just celebrating, and I remember I was sitting poolside and I had my phone in my hand. At that point, I was doing $4,000 per day in sales, which was around 2.8 lakhs. And I went back from Goa to Delhi, and I put in my notice papers, at my job. And finally, on 12th of April, 2019, that was my last day of any job I've ever done in my life, and since then I've been doing e-commerce full time. There's been a lot of ups and downs. I've learned a lot of things, and which is what I'm here to share with you today as well. But yeah, it's been a great journey, and I just told you this little story about myself to just give you a little bit of background that I did not come from any affluent family. I did not, pursue any MBAs. I was just a guy who was curious. I tried a lot of stuff. I failed a lot of times, but this time it stuck and I found a little bit of success. And yeah, that's been my journey. So since 2019, now it's 2025. It's been a it's been a long journey. Actually started in 2018, and I'm very happy that I got to experience that in my life, and I hope to help you do the same. Right. So I hope that little story told you a little bit about myself as well. And yeah, without further ado, let's dive right in. Let's move forward. So since 2019, these are the numbers I've been able to do. This is just not to show off, right? This is just to show you the scope of this business, because until I saw these numbers myself, I also did not know what was possible, right? So you can see 10 lakhs in one day. This is 1 crore 98 lakhs. A little bit more, 5 crore 46 lakhs, 1 crore 32 lakhs. These are some really good numbers that my team and I we were able to achieve. And and just by following a simple process, it was not something very complicated, So, and this is the process that I'm here to show you today. I've also been lucky enough to speak at some prestigious universities like Symbiosis Pune, Narsi Monji Mumbai, Masters Union in Delhi, and judging some dropshipping challenges as well, meeting a lot of really great people, really great students, very ambitious people, just like you guys are. You guys are taking out time on a Sunday to attend this, so of course, I do feel that you have a little bit of passion inside you as well. These are some of the brands that I've worked with, Shopify, Amazon, ShipRocket, Meta, Tide, a lot of great brands, a lot of great stuff. It's always nice working with brands, who are already part of the e-commerce ecosystem. So it was a really good time, and having worked with some of these, big names. But my best part is that I've been lucky enough to train some amazing students, as you can see. So you can see the numbers here. This is 33 lakhs. This is 71 lakhs, 3 lakh 70,000. This is some amazing numbers from amazing students and amazing community that we were all a part of. Here are some more numbers, as you can see. Again, not to show off, but yes, these are my students. So like, I like showing my students off, not my own results, but my students' results I gladly show off. But again, these, everyone starts at some point, and this is just to show you that this is one of the most fulfilling parts of, like my e-commerce journey, teaching other people how it actually works, changing their lives in some way or another. Now, of course, you guys will be getting a free 15,000 rupees in bonuses towards the end. So please make sure that you are staying, you're taking notes, you're in a quiet room, and we will get to the end. And by the end, you guys will have all of the bonuses in your email and on your WhatsApp. But you gotta stay till the end to get those. Now, I'm going to open up a chat for 1 second. You guys have taken out the time to be here today. So my main question to you is like, why do you want to do this? And I don't mean to make money. Everybody wants to make money, right? Like, why do you want to make money? Like, what are your passions? Like, you want to travel, you want to retire your parents. Like, what is your dream? Like, why do you actually want to do this, right? So, okay, to grow financial freedom, side hustle, freedoms, retire my parents, to pick a car, to buy my favorite car. All right, to travel, to buy a home, to be independent, financial freedom. All right, some 13-year-old is also here. That's amazing. Cool. All right, independent, financial freedom, building something D to D, to get my own identity, to retire early. Okay, these are some amazing answers, guys. And I ask this question, like whenever I'm in a group of big people, like a big group of people, I always like asking this question, because what happens is the the practical part of it is fine. Everyone wants to make money, but behind every practical part there needs to be a motivational desire. You need to understand your why. Maybe you guys have seen that video by Simon Sinek, Know Your Why. And I really resonate with that, because until you know your core desire of being successful in life, you won't be successful in life, or even in business, in any part, right? It doesn't really matter in any part. And that's why I want you to remember the answers that you're giving here today, so you remember your why. Okay, let's move on. This is what we'll be covering today, right? I'll be shutting off the chat now. This is what we'll be covering today: what, who, why, and when of Indian dropshipping, right? Understanding the whole process, legal compliances and registrations. This is a question that we get the most, so be ready to be surprised by the answer, by the way. We'll cover product research, website designing, meta ads, and fulfillment. How do you actually ship your orders to your customers? And lastly, how do you make money and what's the potential income in this business? All right. So let's start with what is dropshipping. All right. So let me just move back a little bit because there's a lot of sunlight that's on my face right now. So let me just fix the camera as well. All right. Cool. So, okay, yeah, it's sunny. Just ignore that. My face is all lit up. Just ignore that. Okay, let's focus on content. So, what is dropshipping, right? So, like, dropshipping is just a fulfillment model because this word has been hyped up so much, and I completely take responsibility for it because I've been creating content on dropshipping for so long. I have a full hand in hyping this word up. But at the end of the day, dropshipping is just a fulfillment model. It's just a method of fulfilling your orders, right? That's all it is. And the best part is that you can sell anything using this model. It's a business model that is easy to get into. That's why it's so famous. That's why I love being a part of it because it requires minimum investments, minimum effort, minimum stuff to actually get started, right? Now, this is the difference between a traditional business model and a dropshipping business model. So in a traditional business model, you buy the inventory first and then you sell it to the customer at a markup, right? That's how traditional businesses work. That's how they've worked for like over a century at this point, right? But a dropshipping business model is a little bit different. You first sell to the customer and then you buy the inventory, right? So what that helps you do is not invest in inventory upfront. Your only investment is actually advertising, getting the product in front of the customer's eyes. You don't really actually have to acquire the product to actually sell it, right? So that's the beauty of it, because you can then, by that logic, sell anything to anyone at any time, right? Like that's the beauty of it, and that's the part I love the most. And since like 7 years, I've been loving this part the most about this business. That tomorrow, whatever product I see, I can sell like this. That's the best part about it. Now, this is the basic 8-step process. Okay. Remember this because this is the basic process for any good dropshipping business. And these are the basics. Anything above all of this is just noise. Okay. Those are added bonuses. Those are background noises. This is the core process. Step one is to find a product. Step two is to build a website to sell that product on. Step three is to drive traffic. By driving traffic, it essentially just means bringing visitors onto your website. So find a product, build a website, get people to your website. Number four is get the orders, right? Get the orders for that product by having a good offer, right, on your website. Number five, this is where the drop shipping magic happens. So when you get the orders, you're simply passing on those orders to your supplier. You don't have any inventory, you're not managing any inventory, you're not shipping out any products, you're not packaging any products, you're not printing out any shipping labels, none of it. That's not what you're here to do. Your main job is to get the orders. Once you send those to your supplier, the supplier ships the product to your customer. You have to do a little bit of customer support because every good business needs good customer support. And by scaling this process is when you earn good money, right? So this 8-step basic process is something that you need to remember, and this will be the basis of our workshop today, right? So remember this, the basis of this workshop, because we will be going through these 5 steps, right? These 5 steps I will be elongating and explaining to you in detail. Now, the best part is that anybody can do it, right? So, who is this actually for? Because I get a lot of these questions like, I'm a fresher, I'm a stay-at-home mom, can I do this? Anybody can do this. That's the whole beauty of it, right? And especially now in India, like our market works a little bit behind the US market or the Western markets. Now this is becoming super popular here, and now everyone's realizing how easy it is to actually get into it. So whether you're a student, a fresher, a mother, a father, if you just want a clear career path, like I told you in my story, like in my personal life, when I had no idea what to do, this was something that gave me a clear career path, because not only was it, helpful to make money for me, it was very interesting. It's a very interesting business, which it makes you feel fulfilled. It keeps you happy. It keeps you on your toes. It keeps you smart, you know. Now, the best part is that you can just start with a savings bank account. This is a question that people say, I will have to register a company, a brand, a trademark, a copyright. Nothing. You do not need any kind of company or GST registration when you are starting out. All you need is a savings bank account. That's all you need. If you have that, you can get started. Yes, as you grow, you will need those things, but up to a certain limit, you don't need any of that. You actually don't need a GST number until you cross 40 lakhs in sales in 1 year. So, unless you're planning on scaling very, very quickly, you won't need any of this to begin with. Now, let's begin, right? Let's start with product research. Now, Before we start, I'm going to take a quick sip of water and I'm going to just be back. Give me 30 seconds and I will be back after a sip of water. Okay, I'm back. I've also adjusted the blinds a little bit so the sunlight does not obliterate my face completely. So thanks for sticking around for that. All right, so we're starting with pillar number one, which is product research, right? So of course, the step number one was to find the product to sell, right? So what we'll be doing in product research is essentially just exploring market trends and our competition to find winning products, right, that are high in demand and can be sold profitably. Why do we call them winning products? Is a simple, it's just something that we use a word for, right? Winning products because they make you win in life. Simple as that, right? Because they make a lot of money very, very quickly. Now, I'm going to show you two main methods of finding products, right? So, first method is Facebook ad library. So, what is Facebook as library first of all? So Facebook as library is basically a collection of all the ads that are running on Facebook right now. And this is by Facebook. We don't use a third party tool or any sort of software for it. Facebook gives us this data voluntarily because they're required by the law to do it, right? And what are we doing? We're just taking advantage of that to see what our competition is selling, how well they're selling it, and how we can replicate what they are doing, right? Because the easiest way to make money in this industry is to sell what's already selling. So now let me show you in real time how this works. So this is the link that you need to go to, facebook.com/ads/library. Let me just put this in the chat as well. This is the link that you go to, right? So once you go here, you get this little search bar, right? So what do you type in this search bar? This search bar is simple. You type some keywords that other advertisers will be using in their ads, right? So we can track their ads. Now most of the advertisers will use words like get yours now, get yours today at 50% off, buy yours, get now. Some sort of basic combination of words that every advertiser or most of the advertisers will use in their ads. So I'm using get yours as an example here. Now we need some sort of filters after this because we don't want to check all of the ads, right? So I'll show you. We right now seeing over 23,000 results, which is a lot, right? So we need to filter it in some manner or another. So we go to filters here. First thing we do is the active status will always be active ads. We don't want to look at inactive ads and we don't want to look at active and inactive. We only want the active ads, right? Media type will always be videos, and this date, the to date, will always be the starting of the current month, right? Because we want to see something that started trending within this month itself. So I'm going to choose 1st of Jan and I'm going to apply these three filters, right? Now let it load. So you can see from 23,000 results, we filtered it down to 5,300 results. Now these results are much more targeted, right? So let's scroll and let's see if we can find something that's worth selling. Okay. I can see one product right here. Let's just take a look at what this is. All right. These are some sort of padded undies for kids, for children, and these are printed in like cool colors, but I can clearly see that this is a dropship product, right? So I'll tell you how to spot those as well. But before we do that, let's take a look at some of the statistics of this ad. So first of all, this ad started running on the 1st of Jan. Now today is the 26th of Jan. So this ad has been running for 25 days. Now the basic logic that we are applying here is simple. If an advertiser is spending money to run an ad for 25 days, they're only doing it for one reason. And that's because that ad is making them money. That ad is profitable, right? So from 24 from the 1st of Jan to 26th of Jan, somebody has spent money. This a toddler thing. This company has spent money to actually show this ad to people repetitively, and that's why they've been running it, because it's making them money. Now let's go ahead and see if we can find some more products. Okay, cool. Weekends homemade. As you can see, these some pickles or something like that. I don't think this is drop shipped. Let's go ahead and try to find something else as well. All right, let's go ahead. Okay, hang bros. These again boxer briefs. We don't really want to get into clothing. We want to find more of like gadgets or drop shipping products. All right, this is clearly a dropshipping product. So turn your car into an entertainment hub. Let's see what this is. Cyber truck जैसा दिखने वाला. Cool. I'm gonna mute all the ads, right, because it makes a lot of noise. So I think this is basically helping you have AirPlay or CarPlay, Apple CarPlay in your car, even if your car does not have it, which is an amazing, amazing gadget, right? Because if somebody has an older car which does not have Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, this gadget can help them get that, right? So clearly this is a dropshipping product. Now, how do you actually see this is a dropshipping product, right? First of all, the page name will always be very generic, right? So Shipping Mart, you can see, is a very generic name. No real business will actually be named Shipping Mart, right? That's not a branded name. It's a generic name. So that's clue number one. What's clue number two? The caption. You can see a lot of emojis, and this looks like a very generic caption, probably generated by ChatGPT or some sort of like AI bot. So as you can see, turn your car into an entertainment hub, plug in the auto box, and transform your car screen into Android TV. So as you can see, this is a very generic sort of caption, and whenever you see some sort of combination of a generic name plus a generic caption, you know that this is a dropshipping product. As you can see on this ad, there is a Hindi voiceover as well, right? So let me just play that and unmute it. ट्रक जैसा दिखने वाला गैजेट आपकी कार में YouTube चला देगा. ये है और now this voiceover has been created with AI. It is not a real person talking. They probably used 11labs.io, something that's sort of a tool to generate this audio as well. So this is clearly a dropshipping ad. Now let's see some details once again. 1st Jan are again running for 25 days, and 5 ads are using this creative and text. So it's not just one ad, it's 5 different ads for the same product, right? So let's go ahead and click on see summary details. As you can see, 5 different ads with the same creative and the same caption with the same page itself. And you can see the page is not that old either. It only has 26 likes, right? 26 followers or 26 likes. So we know for a fact that this is a very recent page. They've been running that ad for 25 days, and they're making money because their ads have been on for 25 straight days. So this is how you use Facebook ads library to spot your first winning product. Again, we had 5,300 results, as you saw. If I scroll down far enough, I probably can make a list of 10, 20 such products, and that's exactly what you have to do as well. Now let's look at some of the things that you have to keep in mind, okay? Stop scrolling when something catches your eye, just like I did now. Of course, when you're doing this as a newbie, right, something might not catch your eye, but remember the clues: generic name, generic caption, something of an AI voiceover. That is definitely a dropshipping ad. All right, open a new ad library tab for the product. As you can see, you click on see summary details and you get a new tab for this, so you can bookmark this and save this for later as well. Search the product keywords in ad library. Now what you can do is you can search for entertainment hub or auto box in the ad library to find other people who are running the ads for the same product, because one person running the ads is great, but if there's 3-4 people running the ads, then you know for sure that that product is doing very, very well, because multiple people are selling it, right? Multiple people are selling the same product. That means you can do the same. Now, avoid testing if there are more than 5 competitors, right? So 5 competitors is fine, but if you see 10 people selling the same product, then you might have gotten a little late, right? So it might be good to see that this has been running for 25 days, but if 10 people have been running the same product for 25 days, that means that that product is getting saturated, right? Make sure that the product solves a problem. Now this product solves a really good problem, is that people with cars that did not have the latest technology of Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, they get to keep that within their cars by using this small gadget, and it's not even going to cost them that much. All right, so make sure that you use these 5 things that you keep in mind when you're going through Facebook ads library. Now here are some keywords that you can use to find products on ads library. Get yours now, get yours today. You guys can take a screenshot right now if you want, right? I'm going to be moving on in 5 seconds. And these are some of the keywords that give some of the best results. Okay, let's move on. Next up, the second method that we're going to use is help of Mr. Jeff Bezos, which is using Amazon. Okay. Now, on Amazon, what we're doing is something very, very simple, right? So we're going to this, we're going to click on all, and we see three different categories here. Okay. Number one is new releases, right? So these are the products that are very new to the market, very new to the Amazon catalog. Best sellers are the products that are selling the most. Now, obviously, you don't want to go with something very, very new or something very, very old that has been sold a lot of times. What we want to go for is movers and shakers. Movers and shakers are the products that are going from new releases towards best sellers, right? They're somewhere in the middle, and that's where we want to catch these products, because otherwise we will be too early or too late. Movers and shakers is the right category to find and catch these products, catch these trends at the right time. So let's go ahead into movers and shakers. Now in this, you can see there are multiple different categories or departments, as Amazon calls it. I'm going to go and choose home and kitchen. You can choose any one that you like, right? Now, as you can see, there's a lot of different stuff that Amazon is telling us right here on this page. Now, this product is definitely catching my eye. So as you can see, this is a 7 accessories item combo for from a pressure washer gun to a car vacuum cleaner. Now, as you can see, this is rank one. These are two, three things that you have to keep in mind when you're on Amazon. Okay. First of all, Amazon is giving you an overall rank for this product, right? Overall rank is rank number one in home and kitchen category, right? That means this product is suddenly selling very, very well. The sales rank is 40, and previously it was unranked, right? So as you can see in this sort of an example, current sales rank 228, previously was 906. That means it moved up around 700 ranks, 297% increase in sales rank. For this one, it was previously unranked, right? So and it has now reached rank 40. That's like an infinite time increase. So from a product that was completely unranked to reaching number one in home and kitchen, that means that this product is now selling very, very well. And that's what you have to take into consideration. You can also see 1489 reviews, and all of them are 5 stars, right? So this product is a really, really good product. I can see. Let's go ahead and check this product out as well. As you can see, 4.8 rated, Amazon choice. It's amazing. I mean, I can see that this product is doing very, very well, and this is more of a home improvement sort of a product. So a lot of men will be buying this product as well. So you can also get the kind of audience that you have to target with this product. Now let's go ahead and look at the ratings as well. You can hear in the comments, in the Amazon reviews, find out what people like and dislike about this product, which will help you sell it even better, right? So as you can see, goodbye saves a lot of money. So this will be your main selling point, because anyone who's buying these products separately will have to spend a lot more money on it, right? But here they get it as a combo. Now, as you can see, we're back on the movers and shakers category. Let's go ahead and try to find some more products. Let's say find a couple of more products. Okay. As you can see, these storage boxes are doing really well. You can see the sales rank was 610, and now it has reached 367. That's a 66% increase. These will help keep your refrigerator very, very organized. So like I'm sure a lot of people who spend time in the kitchen, especially in India, a lot of women, a lot of mothers, like who are more, taking care of the kitchen. Even men. I mean, nothing about men and women here, but statistically, women spend more time in the kitchen in India here. So I'm sure that that is a great target market for you as well. See, when it comes to advertising, you don't want to think, oh, I'm being discriminatory, I'm thinking of it in this way, why is it more women than men? We just have to go with the facts, right? We have to be true to the facts, because that's what will make you a good marketer. You might think that, okay, no, maybe men spend the same amount of time in the kitchen in India, but they don't. Like, we know it's a statistical fact here. So, and if you don't do your marketing and your product research based on facts, then you're doing it based on assumptions, and assumptions will always lose in front of facts, right? So make sure that your research is factual, and whatever you decide to do with that research is based on facts and not assumptions. All right. And just like this, This is just one department. You can go to many of these departments on Amazon, and again make a list of 100 odd products that you can then start sourcing and selling on your own website. Whatever is being sold on Amazon, do not be afraid to sell it on your own website. Just because something is being sold on Amazon does not mean that you cannot sell it. Okay, so make sure that you are paying attention. Make sure that you are not being afraid. Oh, it's on Amazon, so how will I be able to sell it? Not everyone is purchasing on Amazon. Believe me, Facebook Ads Library is full of ads for such products because people actually purchase stuff by looking at ads. Not everyone will go to Amazon for the same thing. Now, some things to keep in mind is scroll through each category and subcategory to find products. Okay, don't just get stuck on one. Go through all of these. Make sure that you have the rank data and the sales rank data and the sales change data, and you take that into consideration as well. Okay, choose products with good reviews to avoid refunds. Always with the best reviews. You don't want to choose products with bad reviews. All right, and ensure that the product has sold less than 1,000 units in the past month to avoid saturated markets. Now, what does this actually mean? How do we actually find out how many units of a product has been sold on Amazon? Let me show you how. So if you open up this product once again, if we go here, Amazon actually tells you how many. So you can see 200 plus bought in the past month. So this is under our 1,000 rupee threshold, 1,000 unit threshold, and that's it. So that product, this product clearly, passes the exam. It passes our checklist, and this can easily be sold because it has a great rank and it's only 200 plus bought in the past month. It's not over 1,000. Okay, so make sure that you keep this in mind with Facebook ad library and Amazon. Okay, some things to keep in mind is that Amazon products can get very saturated, so make sure to verify the competition based on sellers on Amazon and Facebook ad library. So if you find one product on Amazon, go and cross check it on ads library to see if it's actually being sold right now on ads library or not, because you have to do cross checking between these two channels. If you just rely on the data from one channel, then it's half 50% of the data. That's not complete data, and your research will never ever be complete. Okay, so make sure you always cross check. Less than 10 sellers on Amazon is a great sign, and less than 5 competitors on ads library means you're ready to test the product. Okay, if you search for this product on Amazon itself and you find 10 extra listings, that means a lot of people are selling it on Amazon. If you find 10 competitors on Facebook ads library, so 10 people on Amazon, 10 people on ads library, that's already 20 or 20 plus competitors running it for a long time. That's when you don't want to get into it. So make sure that these parameters are also being aligned. Less than 10 sellers on Amazon and less than 5 competitors on Facebook ads library. Now, some things you need to remember. Tip number 1 is that the best way to get started is to sell what's already in demand. That's just like I showed you with ads library with Amazon. And tip number 2 is you'll make the most money if you're the first one to sell in the market. Now you might be thinking, Tushar, how can I sell what's already in demand and how can I also be the first one to sell in the market? These two things are contradictory. I understand that. Now, how you need to understand this is very, very simple. When you're starting out, you only have to take tip number 1. When you get a little bit of experience, let's say 2-3 months of selling experience, that's when you take tip number 2 and try to become the first one to sell something in a market. Okay, what I mean by that is, let's say if you're trying to sell 10 products, 8 of them should be something that is already being sold, something you've already done research on. 2 of them can be experiments where you try something new that nobody else is selling, because when you're the first person, when the first mover to the market, you get a lot of advantages and you want to take that advantage, but you always have to have a cash flow backup. Where will you get that cash flow backup? By selling something that is already being sold. Okay, I hope that made sense to you guys. So always aim for a mix of proven products and fresh, innovative marketing approaches, right? Now that concludes our pillar number 1. Okay, that concludes our pillar number 1, which was product research. 2 main methods that we use in this, pillar to find our products. Now, obviously, there are a lot of different methods as well. It's not just these 2 methods, but these 2 are the primary methods that, especially when you're starting out, are the easiest for you to get your hands on, for you to get big, for you to become a little bit seasoned. Especially if you're new, these are the 2 methods that you have to go with. Now, You might be asking, okay, we found the product, but how do we actually source these products? How do we actually get our hands on these products? How do we find suppliers? Okay. Number one is to go to India Mart, type in your product name and call multiple suppliers and ask them. Whichever one gives you the best price, go with them. Whichever one has the best quality, you can go with them as well. They might have a little bit of higher price, but make sure to order one sample. One sample is not going to cost you much. And you also don't have to order a sample for every product. You can ask the supplier to send you a video of that product in their office itself. You can gauge the quality of that product just like that. Second is to search your products on SourceInfo and Reposo Cloud. We'll be discussing more on this later in our pillar number 4, which is shipping your product out. And lastly, you can call your private supplier and ask him to source it for you. Now, if you're starting out, you might not have a private supplier, but once you start working with one supplier, usually they know other suppliers in the market. So you won't have a hard time finding any product, because if you tell one supplier that I want this product, and even if he does not have it, he definitely knows people within the market who have it, so he can source it for you. And if you source enough products through one person, they become your private supplier. So make sure to build good working relationship with the supplier, so you get the best treatment, you get the best prices as well. A working relationship is very, very important. Now, before the workshop, if you know, we had sent you a Google form where we asked you to write down some of your questions, some of your FAQs. So these are some of the most asked questions regarding product research, which I'm going to be answering for you guys. What kind of products are selling the best in this business? Okay. One thing you have to understand is everything sells. You just have to be a good marketer, a good advertiser. But yes, there are some categories that work better than others. I wouldn't say better, that's the wrong word to use actually. Which are just more all year round, which are more evergreen categories is what we call them. And those categories are fashion, jewelry, maternity, kids, pets, and fitness and personal care. These categories are always good, and they'll always sell all year round, because these products are not affected by seasons, they're not affected by market conditions. Everything in these categories sells well. Okay. How do you purchase products at the best rate directly from manufacturers? It's super easy. Go to India Mart, start dealing with 5 to 10 people. You have to make these calls, right? So you don't even have to leave your bedroom, but you have to make the effort to make these calls. Once you actually get through to these people, 8 out of the 10 people that you call will actually just be middlemen. They will not be the actual manufacturers. The actual manufacturers will only be 2 out of 10, and you will get to know that by their pricing itself. Now some products obviously are just imported in India. Some products are just not manufactured in India. So for those products, you'll only get the middlemen, which is totally fine. There's nothing wrong with working with middlemen or wholesalers. But just make sure that you're working with somebody that you can trust. Obviously, from day one, you can't trust everybody, but as and when you grow your working relationship, make sure that they're giving you the best treatment and the best pricing possible. How to validate a winning product? Simple as that. If you find a product on one channel, search for it on another channel. If you find it on Facebook Ads Library, search for it on Amazon. If you find it on Amazon, search for it on Ads Library. Once you do the cross validation from 2 channels, is when you know that the product is validated to sell in the market. You don't want your business to be a hit or miss. You don't want to spend money. Like, one thing that I always tell everyone is, spend time in research if you don't want to spend more money in validating on ads. So basically, spend time before you spend the money, right? Spend your time in research. Do use all of the channels available to you for any kind of research. What to do when people return the products? As any good business does, you have to provide refunds. Okay, if people return the products, you have to provide refunds. Now, the return policy is completely based on you as the business owner. If you have a 3-day return policy, a 7-day return policy, 30-day return policy, that's totally up to you. But if you have, let's say, a 7-day return policy and somebody returns the product on 6th day, you have to honor that, because that's your policy. So you have to stay true to your word, right? If you don't want to keep a return policy, that's totally okay as well. That's again on you as a business owner. But whatever your policies are, just make sure that you are honoring them very honestly. Okay. Now, what margin should we keep and how to price a product? This is a question that I get, like, I think the most in any sort of session that I conduct. So there are 2 ways to price a product, and they're very, very easy. Either add 500 or multiply by 3. These are the 2 methods. Let me explain what I mean. Let's say a product costs 300 rupees to you. Your cost is 300 rupees. Either you can add 500 rupees to it, which is 300 plus 500, 800. So you can price it at 799, which is 1 rupee less than 800, or you can multiply it by 3. So 300 into 3 is 900, right? So 899. So 799 and 899 is the optimal range of selling that product. I hope that makes sense. So plus 500 and multiply by 3, whatever the two numbers you get, that is the range of your pricing. That's the easiest way to price any product. Okay, that's the price range. So let's say something costs you 500 rupees, you add 500, that's 1,000. You multiply by 3, that's 1,500. So 1,000 and 1,500. In between this, you can price it anywhere that you want. That's the range that you want to use. Now, last question is, if people can easily find the product that are selling on Amazon, why would they want to buy from us? Very, very important question that I'm sure is going on in your mind as well. But like I said, Amazon is not the only place that people do their shopping. You know, I'm sure you guys must have seen Shark Tank as the show. You might be seeing YouTube videos of some founders who are growing their brands not based on Amazon. You might follow somebody on Instagram who's building a brand. They're not on Amazon. So Amazon is not the only place. Our Indian mindset and the Indian landscape for D2C commerce is changing very rapidly. So people are not just going to Amazon, they're trusting small businesses as well. Okay, they're trusting small businesses and they're buying from them because the whole landscape is changing. Shark Tank India came in, we saw so many different businesses who came in and pitched, and people actually got to know about new businesses. Earlier, yes, people would only go to Flipkart and Amazon, but now people are buying directly from brands websites as well. And again, this has been the case for years and years now. It's not new, but yes, it has expanded now. It has definitely gotten more attention that maybe outside of Amazon also there are good brands. So people are now trusting newer brands, are trusting founders, are trusting newer websites. They're willing to try new brands as well. And that is why people will buy from you and not from Amazon. All right. So what kinds of products should I sell? This is a difference. Like, these are the what kind of products you should actually be researching. Let's say you make a list of 100 products. What products should you actually shortlist from that to actually sell? Let's take a look at some of the examples of good products and bad products. So good products actually make it easier to solve a problem and help fix insecurities, right? Good products are something that make the customer's life easier, right? So we're not selling features, we're selling benefits. Like, so whenever, let's take for example a weight loss product. For a weight loss product, you don't say, oh, this is going to reduce 10 kgs from your weight scale. You say, oh, you'll be spending more time with your loved ones. Your life will be longer. You're telling the customer about the benefit of the product and not just a feature. You don't say, oh, this works on your metabolic cells and it helps you reduce weight, blah 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 blah. That's technical stuff. Nobody cares about that. That's the thing. So when Apple sells you an iPhone, yes, they talk about the tech, but their main thing is brand value. You'll feel superior when you own an iPhone. Again, that's just the marketing that they have created. And that's what good brands do. They make your life easier and they help fix insecurities. Bad products is anything on your Reposo dashboard, rip off and replicas and products with bad reviews. You want to stay as far away from these as possible, because see, and I believe this and I've seen this in my own life and in a lot of entrepreneurs' lives. I have friends who run companies worth 100 crores, 500 crores. And the reality is that you're actually only one or two products away from completely changing your life. Like, you won't even recognize your old life. And that's what happened to me as well. Believe me, you're only one product away, but you have to find that product with some parameters. You can't keep hitting and missing. Okay. No bad products. Please do not try to sell anything that is being advertised to you as easy to sell is probably not the easiest to sell. Simple as that, right? Nothing is easy to sell. Yes, you can be a great advertiser and make anything easy to sell, but there are good products and there are bad products. You always want to sell the products that are helping fixing people's problems, making their lives actually better, not just looking better when they watch your ad, but actually better, because that's when you get the most amount of sales, the most amount of repeat sales as well. All right. So next up, we'll be designing websites. I hope this module was clear. You know, this module was clear to everyone. Product research, first pillar, we are done with it. So I hope it made sense. I hope you got to learn something new. We will be now moving on to website designing, which is pillar number two. Amazing, guys. So 30-second break because I've been talking so much. I'm really, really thirsty. I'm going to have a quick sip of water and I hope you can too. I'll be back in 1 minute. Go ahead, take a sip of water. We're taking quick break, right? So everyone, I'll be back in one minute. See you again. Okay, we are back. What a break done. I hope you guys are back on your chairs, on your desks, wherever you are. Let's get started with the pillar number two. So, moving forward, we have a list of products. We've shortlisted products. We found our products using different methods, different channels, different ways. We know our good products from bad products. Now is the time to build a website. Now, most people, when it comes to designing and building websites, think you need some coding experience, you need some graphic design experience. Oh, I don't know how to build a website. It's not complicated at all. It's actually just a few clicks of a few buttons. And because you're attending today, we've made it even simpler for you, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So let's go ahead and learn about what we actually do, right? So first of all, we use Shopify to build our website. What is Shopify? Shopify is simply an e-commerce platform that enables users to create and manage their own online stores. Now, you don't need Wix, you don't need Squarespace, you don't need WordPress, none of that. We simply use Shopify. It's the cheapest and the best alternative, I mean the best option that there is on the market. That company has done everything. Like, I'm not even affiliated with them, but I love just promoting them because I've been using Shopify for a long, long time, and this is something that I'll recommend to everyone. This is what I've built all of my businesses on. Now, why do we use Shopify? First of all, right? So four main reasons: is easy to use, user friendly interface for easy setup and management. Right? Again, no coding experience, no graphic design experience, nothing at all. You need simple drag and drop, and your website is ready. And now there's AI as well, which you will see in a second as well. Next, customizable templates, wide range of templates. So you remember our old Nokia phones, they used to have different themes that you could put on your phones. Just like that, Shopify works the same way. You can use a different theme for a different look and feel of your store, right? Number three, integrated payments. You can attach Razorpay, Cash Free, Cash on Delivery, Stripe, PayPal, any number of payment gateways to actually collect the payment from your customers. Makes it very, very easy. Number four is 24/7 support. This is something that I probably have to give this company the most applause for, because I have not seen a company do this great customer service. Like, I've never seen any company do this great of a customer service as Shopify does. And you'll see in a second why I love it so much, because it's just so easy. And yeah, support is one of the best things that I really like, because as a customer, you want good support. Now, let's build a Shopify store live right now on this workshop within 10 minutes. It is that easy. You might think that it takes a long time, but it really does not. So let me show you how to create one in 10 minutes. Now, first up is I've already created a store. Now, let me just show you what I did to create this. So you just go to shopify.in and you click on free trial, and you put in your email ID, your name, and this and that. And this is where you will land. This is the first page you will see. I'm not going through that whole thing because, again, it's simple. Just putting in your email, registering, verifying your email, blah, blah. Everyone knows how to do that. I don't want to waste time. Now, this is where you land. This is your Shopify backend. Okay, this is the Shopify backend. This is what you as the business owner will see, right? So let's quickly go through all of the options, right? There's only a few options, and we don't even need half of these. So first is home. This is your home page. This is where you'll see how many sales you are making on a daily basis, how many people are coming to your website, how many orders you have. Okay, simple snapshot analytics of your business. Number two is orders. When you start getting orders, you'll see all of the orders here. This is where you'll have your customer details, their address, their phone number, their emails, what they've ordered, how much did they pay, or how much do they have to pay in case it's a COD order, right? So this is where you'll see a list of your orders. Number three is products. This is where you will list your products. Okay, so let's go ahead and quickly list a product, and I'll show you how easy that is as well. So let's click on add product. I've already thought of a product. It's going to be a t-shirt, so I'm going to name it Summer Vibes t-shirt. Okay, this is a Summer Vibes t-shirt. We're going to upload some pictures. I've already made these two pictures, so I'm uploading them right here. Right, you can create these images very easily using websites like Moki.ai or Canva. Right, again, don't need, these are not real models. I just created this on Moki AI. So sorry, Mockey.ai, Moki.ai. Right, again, two pictures, simple as that. Now, a description, you don't really have to write the description yourself. AI will do it for us. Let me show you how. So you go and generate text. Okay, write a description for a t-shirt with the quote summer vibes. Make it a playful description, right? That's all we have to do. We're going to keep tone as playful as well and click on generate. Let's give it 1 second. Okay, that's it. Get ready to feel those. Keep, and that's it. Your description is ready. That's how easy it is to make a description. You can also add a size guide here, right? Lots of apps on Shopify that help you add a size guide. I'm just gonna put a placeholder here for now. Moving down, what's going to be the price for a product? Let's say we are selling it for 999 rupees. Our compare price, let's say if you want to offer a discount, let's say so 1499, you're giving a 33% discount. Now it's for 999. You don't want to charge taxes on this product, okay? Taxation and all comes later. You don't really want to do that. So I'm going to uncheck this, right? You don't need to add any cost per item, profit margin. You don't need any of that as well. Track quantity will always be checked on. Continue selling out of stock will always be checked on. Okay, this is a physical product. Yes, checked on, and that's it, right? Now, a t-shirt always has sizes, right? So that's what we want to do. We want to add a variant, right? Add options like size or color. So let's add a size variant. This is not going to be one size. Let's say we want to add more variants. We're gonna click that and click out of this. We're gonna use, okay, we're going to use, let's say, extra small, small, medium, large, XL, right? We don't need one size. That's it. We click on done, and our sizes are created here as well. That's how easy it is. I'm going to click on save. Give it 1 second. And that's it. Our product is now created. Congratulations, you added your first product. So this is how easy it is to actually add a product to your website. Super simple stuff, nothing complicated. Moving on, we don't really care about collections, inventory, purchase order, none of that. We just want to care about products. Okay, moving on to customers. Customers is where all of the data of your customers will be. So later on, if you want to have all the data in one place for the history of your customers, whoever has bought anything from you ever is going to show up here. Okay, so you can export this detail. You can use it for different marketing purposes, for WhatsApping, for emailing them, for sending them gift cards, whatever you want to. This will be the database of your customers, right? Now, we don't really need content. We're going to move on to analytics. This will be the deep analytics of your store. How many total sales you're making? Which channel is your sales coming from? How many people have come to your website? What is your conversion rate? What are your total orders? What is your average order value? So once you start running your business, looking at these numbers becomes very, very important. Okay, mainly these 5 6 blocks that are here. You'll also see your top selling products. You'll see your return customer rate, and these analytics will Shopify gives you these analytics natively to help you make better decisions how to scale your business, what marketing strategy is working best for you, what product is selling the best for you, what is driving the most sales for you. So analytics is a very important part. One more very cool thing is the live view, right? So when you launch your website and you're running ads for it, people will be on your website. You can see a little globe here, and it will actually show you where your customers are actually from. You can see active cards, checking out, purchase. This is updated within 10 minutes of actual sales happening. So it's really fun, but it's also really addictive because you can sit here and stare at it all day while you make sales. So it gets a little bit addictive, so make sure that you're not spending a lot of time here. All right. Next up is marketing. We don't need that because we'll be doing our marketing outside of Shopify, right? Through Instagram, through Facebook, through Google, which I'll be coming to next. So we don't really need that here. Lastly is discounts, which is important because especially when somebody's coming to your website for the first time, you want to give them a welcome discount. So how do you do that? Let's create a discount right now. So you have 4 different types of discounts here. Amount of products, if you want to give specific discounts for specific products. Buy X get Y, like buy one get one, buy two get three, whatever you want to do. Amount of order, this will be a discount on their total cart value, so not on specific products but on everything that they've bought. And free shipping, we don't care about this because we're anyway going to be offering free shipping to everyone. So I'm going to create an amount of order, right? This is the discount. We want to give a 10% discount, and the best code to use is welcome because this is the most generic one. People remember it very easily as well. It will be a 10% discount. That's where we are entering 10%. No minimum requirements, eligible for all customers, and maximum discount uses will be limited to 1 use per customer. We don't want them to use the welcome discount again and again and again, right? So only one time per customer, and that's it. We save it, and our discount is now active. Anybody who buys from us and enters the code welcome will get a 10% off. Now that's a great way to actually get new customers in. You'll see all the big brands, all the small brands, everybody use a welcome discount always. Now, this is the generic stuff, the little bit of buttons that you needed to know about. Secondly, it's just settings. Again, quickly going through the more important settings here. In general, you will be adding all of your addresses that you have, whatever your business address is. If you're working from home, you can have your home address here as well, not a problem. Okay, nothing else is very important here. Next up is payments. When you want to connect your payment provider, so if you have Razorpay, you click on add payment method and you add Razorpay. People ask me a lot of times, how do you activate COD? Very, very simple. You come down to manual payment methods, click on manual payment method, cash on delivery, activate cash on delivery, and that's it. People can now use cash on delivery to buy from your store. That's how easy it is. I'm going to tell you who collects the cash, how does it get deposited in your bank account. Don't worry about that. I'm sure you have that question right now. I'm getting to that. Okay, that's all we need here. We just need one prepaid payment method like Razorpay or cash free, and one postpaid payment method which will be cash on delivery. That's the only 2 things you need to remember. Moving on, domains. Of course, you want to buy a domain for your website. This should not be the URL of your store, right? So let's say if my website is called eCom shop, so I will do ecom and you can click on connect existing domain. We can do ecom click on next, and it says domain available for purchase, so you can buy the domain from here, or if you've bought it from, let's say, GoDaddy or Namecheap, you can connect it right here using that service as well. Okay, lastly are policies. Very, very important and very, very simple. Okay, now like I said, you can have any policy as a business owner as you want. It's totally up to you, but you have to have the policies set on your website so people can see the policies before they make purchases, right? So return and refund policy, again, you'll see that this is empty. You don't have to do anything. Just click on insert template and your policy is created, right? So if you want to keep it 30 days, leave it 30. If you want to keep it 3, you can make it 3 as well, right? And that's it. Add some of your details here, which is going to be your email ID or support email. So maybe support@ecomtushar.com or whatever, right? And publish it. Return policy is done. Privacy policy is anyway automated, so you don't really need to do anything about that. Terms of service, once again, insert template, add all of these placeholders here, and your policy is generated. Publish once again. Shipping policy is something that you don't have a template for, so you can write it yourself as well, right? So let's say we ship out all orders within 3 to 7 days all over India. Normal delays of 2 to 3 days can be expected. And thanks for your patience. That's it. Your shipping policy is now created, because in India you can actually you can actually ship anything to any part of India within 3 to 7 days. It's actually that quick. Lastly, contact information. Again, super simple. You can just insert the template and you can see trade name, my store. You can add your phone number, your physical address, your VAT number, trade number. Initially, you won't really need these, so you don't even have to add this part as well. And that's it. Publish. Your policies are created. So the setting part is done here. Now the last part about your store is your theme, which we were talking about, the look and feel of your website. So as a basic theme, this Dawn theme will always be there. This is the basic default theme that Shopify gives you. But again, like I said, I wanted to make this thing very easy for you guys. And if you stay till the end, you will be getting our theme template in which we've already edited everything. So if I go on to this theme and I click on customize, you can see that I can edit anything that I want. But again, this looks very basic. It's a very default theme that Shopify gives you. I don't like it, and that's why I created a theme, with my team that you can use. So what do you have to do to actually use that theme? It's very simple. When you come here, you click on add theme and you click on upload zip file, right? Add file. This eCommerce winning theme is what you will be getting within your emails and WhatsApp if you stay till the end here. And you just click on open and you click on upload file. All right. And that's it. Your theme starts to get uploaded on your Shopify store. I've already added this previously to save time. So I'm going to show you what you have to do. Once this is uploaded, first you have to publish it, because that will make it your main default theme. That's how your store will look now. Okay. Now you click on customize and you'll see that this theme is already pre-edited to make your store look good. So let's go ahead and let me check the mobile view. And as you can see, everything is already added here. We've already added all of the sections here, and you can edit any section to your liking. If you want to add, okay, deliver to your doorstep within 4 to 6 days. If you want to make it 3 to 7 days, you can do that as well. So let's say 3 to 7 days. Okay, I screwed up there. 3 to 7 business days. All right. So everything is very editable. If you click on here, this stuff is editable. Shop with at fascinating finds is just a basic placeholder name that we use, so you can replace it with your own shop name. Again, we added free shipping, best prices, hassle-free exchange, rated 4.7 out of 5. We added all of this, so you don't have to do any of the work. You just have to populate your store. And as you can see, the Summer Vibes t-shirt that we created is already here. And if I go to products and I go on to default product, you'll see that a Summer Vibes t-shirt is also automatically created. You can see you can edit all of these benefits as you want, but everything is there. You just have to do the writing part, which you can take help from ChatGPT, like I showed you. You can choose Shopify AI, you can use ChatGPT AI. Again, just to write everything. All the buttons will be placed, all the sizes will be placed, everything is editable, and the template is ready for you to use. Okay, you don't really have to do much. That's how easy it has become to create Shopify stores now. So this theme will be sent over to you, and this is how easy it is to actually create a Shopify store from scratch. Again, if you want more information, you can always YouTube it. You can always ask us or ask me or my team. But these are the basics of Shopify, and that's why I say that Shopify is the best way to run an e-commerce business, because it has everything you need, right? No coding, no graphic design experience, like 5 6 simple tabs that you can easily understand even as a beginner, right? That was it, creating a Shopify store live in 10 minutes, right? So free theme template plus a setup guide will be sent to your email and WhatsApp, right? You'll get the personal 4 crore product page template at the end. This page template actually helped me make 4 crores with just one product, right? So in revenue, obviously not in profit, but again, 4 crores is still a very high number to do revenue in just 4 months, by the way. So yeah, it's you'll get this, but again, please stay till the end if you want to get that. Now, some more of your questions regarding Shopify. Can we sell in international markets from India? 100% yes, you can. But keep in mind that international e-commerce is way more expensive and way more competitive than Indian e-commerce. So yes, you can do that, but I don't recommend it. Especially if you're starting out your journey in e-commerce, international should come later. Have at least 6 months to 1 year of experience before you dive into the American market or the European markets or the Australian market, UK market, whatever you want to. But get the experience here in India, because India is right now the most booming market with a high population who has access to phones, to UPI, to cash on delivery things. And the market is just booming here, and it's cheap. That's the best part. It's the cheapest market to advertise in, one of the cheapest markets. So you don't want to you don't want to invest a lot of money as well. Second, do I need to create a new Shopify account for every product? Absolutely not. You just need one Shopify website and all the different products within the same website. Right now, you might be thinking that, hey, if I have a, let's say, home and kitchen product and some fashion products, how can I put them on the same website? The answer to that is, when you're advertising your website, people are actually only coming directly to your product page. Nobody is going and looking around on your whole website. Nobody has that much time. If they like that product, they will go to the add to cart button and they'll buy it right there and then. Maybe 1 or 2% of the people will actually go to your whole website or go to your home page or go to your collections page and see what other products you have. But that rarely, very, very rarely is the case. I learned that the hard way. I used to create a new website for every single product that I found, but I quickly realized that that was the wrong way of going about things. If I want to start with drop shipping and later I want to switch my Shopify website to a clothing brand, then how can I do this? Again, let's say you're selling only kitchen products. Let's say you have a categorized website, a niche website is what we call it. Let's say you only sell kitchen related gadgets. Now you're like, okay, this is not working out for me. I want to turn it into a fashion store. Simply change your domain name and change your theme, and your store will look completely different, right? That's all you have to do. The themes in Shopify basically dictate how your store will look and feel. The moment you change the theme, you change the whole look of your store. So you can turn from a clothing brand to a jewelry brand in within a click of a button, basically. What would be the cost of making a dropshipping website on Shopify? It's actually just 20 rupees. So I'll show you right here. If you see, get 3 days free and then 1 month for 20 rupees. That's not actually the case. So I've worked with Shopify in the past, and what they do is they give me a special link which gives you 3 days free and then 3 months for 20 rupees. And the link for that will be in the chat right now, right? So save that link, make sure that you use that. So instead of 1 month at 20 rupees, you'll get it for 3 months at 20 rupees. So your overall cost for 3 months is only 60 rupees, and for even in that time, if your store does not take off, you can just close the store and make another one using the same link that we just sent in the chat. So make sure that this link is saved for you, right? So you get 3 months instead of one. So again, for the cost, it's only 60 rupees, and that's the cost of making a dropshipping website on Shopify. Now, what are some of the essential tools we need for dropshipping? So like I told you, Shopify has its own app store as well, just like your Google Play Store or your Apple App Store. Shopify has its own app store as well. Now you can download all different kinds of apps, but you'll have to pay for them. So that's why the theme that we have given you, that we're going to give you at the end of the workshop, that already includes all of the app functions. So you don't have to pay anything extra. You actually get it for completely free, because we installed those apps within that theme, and now we're just giving you the theme as a zip file, which you can easily upload and access all of the essential tools that you will need to build your website. All right, that was pillar number 2, right? I hope things were clear in the Shopify option, right? In the Shopify pillar. So I'm going to open up the chat for 1 second because we have to take a 20-second break. So pillar number 1, product research, done. Pillar number 2, designing a website, done. Now we're moving on to pillar number 3, guys. I hope everyone's, yes, I know you guys will have doubts. I'm sure you guys will have doubts. Domain cost is only about like 500-600 rupees per year. So don't worry about that. Cool. All right. Closing down the chat now. Now we're going to move on to pillar number 3. We found a product. We built a website. Now it's time to actually make some money. This is the part where you actually make money, actually get the orders. Okay. Before you actually dive into ads, you have to get some creatives that you're going to run for your ads, right? Like, what ads will you actually show to people? You don't have to order the product and make your own videos or be in front of the camera. You don't actually have to do any of that. So when you run ads, you can source your videos from 4 different places. First is Facebook ad library. Let me show you. So when we were ads library and we found this product, if you remember, now what if I want to sell the same product? What if I want this exact video to use this product? Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to download this extension. It's called Dnote, right? I'm gonna send the link in the chat. You have to just add it to your Chrome. And what this will do is when you go to ad library and let's say I like this ad, I can just click on save to Dnote, right? It says my free trial has expired. But what this essentially does is open Dnote. Let me just go ahead and show you how this works, right? So let's go ahead to Dnote, view your saved ads. All right, let me just or features. I think it's just asking me to upgrade, which I will do later. Essentially, what this does is it saves all of the ads to your laptop. Like you don't really have to do anything. You get it for free. Right now, it's asking me for an upgrade. You can just uninstall the extension and reinstall it. Use a different email ID, and you can use it once again for completely free. All right, so this is how easy it is to actually download all of the videos from ad library. Secondly, if you want to download any videos from Instagram, you're going to use this website, snapinsta.app. Okay, super simple. I'm gonna paste the link in the chat as well. Third, if you want to use videos from TikTok, again, yes, you can use TikTok by using a VPN. You can go to this website, savetik.cc, pasting the link to this as well. And lastly, we use, so these three are free, by the way, to use. Last, we have a paid tool, again, which you can use as well. Again, I don't really recommend it as a beginner, but I'm just showing you because I want to give you the whole information. It's called PP ads, funny sounding name, I know. But again, very helpful for downloading any ads. So whatever ads you want, you can just search for it on ads, and you can search for a certain product. And whenever you find a video, you just open it, right, and you click on download media, and that's it. The video gets saved to your laptop, right? So these are the four methods that you can use to download any creative for any product from any website that you want. Now, a question that you might be wondering that, hey Tushar, isn't this illegal, what you just showed us? The answer is yes and no. It's a sort of a mixed answer, and I'll tell you the reality of it, because again, you guys are here and I want to give you the actual reality of things. See, the videos that you will find on Facebook ads library, these videos are not the brand's own videos. Like this, especially this dropshipping ad is not this person's own ad. They've also captured this ad from some other website, from some other Chinese supplier, from Alibaba or from AliExpress. So you are free to use this. But yes, when you come across a branded video from a particular brand, don't use that, right? That's when you can actually get in trouble. For these dropshipping products, using reels from Insta, TikTok, uh, from ads library is totally fine, as long as the origin, you're not downloading the original creators videos. So don't ever download an original brands or an original creators videos. If the video is recycled just like this one is, you can easily download it. That's the answer to it. And again, you're only using these just for your testing. You're not scaling with these. Once you use these to test a product and you see, okay, the product is working, you shut down these videos, and that's when you get your own ads made. For that also, you can use services like Fiverr, Upwork. You don't really have to do anything yourself. But the whole point is, in the testing phase, you don't need to spend any money. Just download the ads using these extensions and you can use them. Now, let's see it in action. Already showed it to you, right? Now, how do you actually launch your first ad campaign on Meta, right? So this is the part where you actually generate sales. So let's dive right in. There are the basics that you need to understand, right? So Facebook ads or Meta ads, as we call it, it consists of three main components. Okay, campaigns, ad sets, and ads. This is the hierarchy on which Facebook ads operate. Pay attention, this is a very important part. All right, now on the campaign level is where we select our objective, right? So on the campaign level, we're telling Facebook what we want Facebook to do for us. Since we're in e-commerce, we wanted to generate sales for us. So sales will be our objective at the campaign level. You don't have to do anything else. Just select sales as the campaign objective at the campaign level. After that comes the ad set level, where we select our audience, our budget, and our schedule, right? So this is the part where we tell Facebook, these are the people that you need to show our ads to. this is the time when you will start and stop my ads, and this is how much money I want to spend on my ads, right? These are the main three things: audience, budget, and schedule, that you select on the ad set level. Under the ad set level is the ad level. This is where you actually upload the videos and images that you have downloaded or created. Okay, so objective, right? Campaign, objective, ad set, audience, budget, schedule, then ads, which is the creative elements, right? Let's create one live. So as you can see, I've already created one, right? So I'm just going to show you. So if you click on create, again, we're selecting sales as our objective. All right. So I've already created it. I'm not going to create it again. I'll just click on edit. So once you select it, this is how it will open up. Okay. So you name it whatever you want to. So let's say we do summer vibes t-shirt, right? In summer vibes t-shirt, sales is our objective. All these three buttons will be off. Okay, they don't mean anything to you right now, because again, this is a little more technical stuff which we don't need to get into when we're starting out. I've scaled multiple brands and stores without ever having to deal with any of this. Okay, so you don't need to do it either. Now when we click on next, you can see we'll come on the next level. This is the campaign, this is the ad set, this is the ad. Okay, you can see the hierarchy. Now we come on the ad set level. Now what do you want to do? We want to name our ad set. So I'm just going to name it ad set number 1. Okay, pay attention, because these are the details that you will need to remember. Take notes if you have to. Where do we want to send people from this ad set? We want to send them to our website, right? What is our performance goal? Maximize the number of conversions. By conversions, we mean purchases, right? Maximize the number of purchases. What is the data set? Test pixel, again something technical, don't need to pay attention right now. Just remember, we're sending people to our website for the maximized number of conversions, and the conversion event is purchase. So maximum number of purchases on the website. None of this is necessary. What's our daily budget, right? Let's say you want to spend 1,000 rupees, you want to spend 500 rupees, that's totally up to you. This is where we enter the budget. What is the starting date of our ad? This is very important. The starting date will always be the next day. So if today is the 26th, 27th at 12 a.m. will always be the starting date. Next day, midnight, it will always be a starting date. And we do this for a reason, because we want Facebook to spend money in complete 24 hours from 12 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. the same day. We need to give it the complete 24 hours, because otherwise Facebook will not be able to optimize it. Let's say we start our ads at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. You might think that, oh, people are sleeping at night, why should we start our ads at 12 a.m.? I'll tell you why. Because if you start your ads at 8 or 9 a.m., the next time when it becomes 12 a.m. or 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. and your ads are running, Facebook doesn't know what to do with it, because it did not capture any data in those hours. So as much as Facebook needs to learn when to show the ads, it also needs to learn when not to show the ads. So we always give it the whole 24 hours, so it can learn on which hours we show the ads, on which hours we don't, right? So I hope that makes sense. So always the next day at midnight. Now, audience controls, right? So first what we're going to do is we're going to switch to original audience options. Use original audience, and now you can see. Now, of course, first is location. So not the Philippines, we're going to do India here. India will be our location, because we're selling our products within the Indian market. Age. You can leave the age range as it is, 18 to 65 plus. If there is a particular product that will only be attractive to a certain age range, then you can play around with it. But it's best to leave this wide open, because Facebook itself knows which products are good for which age range, and it will automatically optimize and show the ads to those people. So you don't really have to do that. Next is gender. So you can either select men or women or both, right? So they call it all, we call it both. You can do only men or only women only in the case if your product is a specific gender related product. Let's say you're selling makeup. Of course, for that you'll obviously target women. You will not target men. Let's say you're selling something, let's say sports gym shorts for men. You'll definitely only target men. So whatever your product is, you will only choose either of these if it's a specific gender related product. If it's a unisex product, you will always go for all. Okay, always go for all. Advanced detail targeting. This is where we enter our keywords, right? This is where we enter the keywords. We're telling Facebook that if people are interested in these keywords, show our ads to them. So we're selling a summer vibes t-shirt. So what would people be interested in? People will be interested in first t-shirts, of course. right? T-shirt, right? T-shirt clothing. They will be, it's summer vibes. So clearly it is about summers. It's about vacations. It's maybe about a beach or, like a tropical getaway. So let's do vacation. We can see we don't really have vacation as an option here. So let's try to do holiday. Okay, holiday event. And let's do the beach, right? So beaches. So people who are interested in holidaying, t-shirts and beaches, now they will see our ads. That's exactly how it works, right? So again, you don't really need to do anything else. We have now set up our ad set, which was telling Facebook who to target. The next one is ads. This is where we upload our stuff, right? Remember I told you. So we go to ads, and I've already uploaded this just to show you and just to save time. Now I'm going to take you through it, how to actually do all of this. So first you select your Facebook page. Of course, you select your Facebook page and whatever Facebook page you've created by the name of your brand. Of course, this is just an example page. We choose create ad always. We choose manual upload, and we choose single image or video, right? This is where we come up and you'll see upload sign here. I've already uploaded it. So it says edit. Otherwise it will be an upload button, right? So you click on upload and you upload this image from your computer. Now moving on, primary text, right? Primary text is the text which shows above the image, right? This is our primary text. So get this summer vibes t-shirt for someone who loves beaches. It can be small, it can be 2-3 lines. It's totally up to you. All right. Next up is going to be our headline. What is the headline? Headline is something that shows under the image, right? A big one. So we want to highlight some sort of offer here. So let's say 50% off today, right? So 50% off for the next 48 hours. Let's say we do that, right? Next one is going to be our description, rated 4.9 out of 5 by 1000 plus Indians. You can choose any text that you want here. Okay. So again, you're not seeing it right now because it's being covered by the headline. So if I make it once again today, you'll see that the description starts showing up. You can see rated 4.9 out of 5 by 1000 plus Indians. Call to action is the button that will show up on your ad. So this will always be shop now because we want people to shop from our website, right? You can choose from different stuff, apply now, book now, buy tickets, very irrelevant to our business. In e-commerce, you can do shop now and order. These are the only two that you should be using. I personally only use shop now. Moving on, destination, right? This will be the URL of your product page that we created on Shopify. Now how do you actually find this link? So if I go back to my Shopify website and I go to products and I go to summer vibes t-shirt and I click on preview, right? This is the link. Now this is a preview link. This because it's not a live website. When it becomes a live website, this is the link that will show up. This link, when you actually open the product on your own Chrome browser, is the link that you need to copy. You'll also find this link down here. This is the link. All right. So this is the link that you will be inputting here, yourwebsite.com/shop now. That's how you create your ad. Right, pixel will be connected, text pixel, again some technical stuff that you don't need to care about right now. And that's it. This is our campaign, ad set and ad. Let's go through it once again. Campaign, sales objective, none of the three buttons. Ad set, website, maximize number of sales, maximize number of purchases. Budget for the day, starting on next day at 12 a.m. Choosing location as India, age range broad, genders broad. Okay. Choosing our advanced detail targeting with keywords related to our product, right? On the ad side of things, super simple. Select your Facebook page, manual upload, single image. Upload your image, choose the primary text that goes above the picture, choose your headline that goes below the picture, and choose the description that goes below the headline. Call to action will be shop now, and the link will be your product page link. And that's how you launch your first meta ads campaign. So let's go back. I hope this made sense to you guys. I know it could sound a little bit complicated, too many buttons, too many things to do. It's not that complicated. Once again, once you actually start learning about this, it becomes very, very easy. It becomes second nature because again, it depends on how you're learning it and how many times you're doing it. Because unless you actually create an ad yourself, you won't be able to understand it. Now, this is the power of Facebook ads. Just wanted to show you. So this is one of our campaigns on which we spent 22.4 lakhs. We got 9600 plus sales, made 3.03 crores in revenue, which was 13x of our initial investment. So of course, 3 crores was the revenue, obviously not the profit. So the profit on this product was about 10 to 12%, so around 30 to 40 lakh rupees, which is again a pretty good, which is a pretty good number. And this was, I think, over a month, over 2 months, I think. So pretty good, 2 or 3 months, I think, and which was a pretty good number according to me. This was another one of our products where we spent 12.6 lakhs, got 5,300 plus sales, 2.5 crores in sales, and 20x the initial investment, right? So again, very, very good numbers. Once again, doing very well again. Launching products, doing a lot of testing, spending time in our research, and that's how we were able to get to these numbers. Now, some of the common questions about meta ads is what should be my daily budget for running Facebook ads? You can start as low as 300 rupees per ad set per day. How much should I spend per product to figure out it's a winner? Around 1500 to 2000 rupees, you can easily figure out if a product is going to do well or not. How long does it take to make profits? Ideally, you should be making profits from day one, if not day one, at least day three. If you don't make profits from day number three, kill the product, move on to the next one. This is a very fast paced business and you want to have speed on your side. If you become slow, then somebody else will be doing the testing before you and they'll get ahead of you. Simple as that. Is there any other way I can market except Facebook ads? Yes, there's Google ads, Snapchat ads, LinkedIn ads, any platform that you, Twitter ad platform that you have used has an advertising module, so you can easily use any ads. But in my opinion, Meta ads is still the most powerful thing because Facebook and Instagram combined still have the most amount of users in the world. Can I do organic marketing? 100% you can do organic marketing, but the only problem I have with organic marketing is that it is slow. It is very, very slow. And this business is all about speed. So you might be posting organic content which can get you some results maybe like 1 or 2 months down the line. But if your competitor is advertising, they're getting results from day one and you're waiting 2 months for the same results. So again, the speed is too slow. Organic marketing is good when you're running a brand, when you're starting a brand, when like from day one, this is the only product you'll sell. But in drop shipping, organic marketing is way too slow. Paid ads are just much, much better. Now, lastly, pillar number 4, right? Pillar number 4. I think we should take a quick 30-second break once again. Pillar number 1 is done, product research. Pillar number 2 is done, building a website. Pillar number 3, launching your first ad campaign. Pillar number 4, when you actually receive the orders, how do you actually ship them to your customers? We'll be getting to that in the next 30 seconds. Just a quick water break. I'll be back. Okay, we are back. We are back. So, how do we actually ship out our orders to our customers, right? After you've built the website, selected the product, run your ads. Now, there are three main ways that you ship out your products to your customers, okay? The first is third party fulfillment, second is private suppliers, and third is self shipping. Like, let's understand the difference between all three. Third party fulfillment is basically a service or an app that fulfills the orders on your behalf and takes a certain bit of commission for every order. You know, for example, Source and Fee, Roposo, you might have heard of these names, right? The best part about this is that you don't need any upfront investment. Second is private suppliers. So private suppliers basically are people who have warehouses of their own. They can source the product for you and they store, pack and ship your orders using ShipRocket from their own warehouse. Now the difference between these two is that third party fulfillment services, they work with thousands of people. A private supplier only works with 8 to 10 people at one given time. So private suppliers work with less amount of people, but they give you better pricing, quicker fulfillment and better quality control, right? Third one is self-shipping, where you manage your inventory storage, you have your own warehouse, your own packaging, you're shipping out the products from your own warehouse. This has the highest level of quality checks and the ability to manage different SKUs. Now, for today, we're not going to be focusing on self-shipping because we care about drop shipping where we don't have to manage any inventory. So I will be explaining to you third-party fulfillment and working with private suppliers. Now, the first very important distinction that you need to understand is I'm going to be taking three names. Okay. Number one is Source and Fee. Source and Fee is a third party fulfillment service, right? They do everything for you, right? They will source the product, they will print the shipping labels, they will pack the orders, they will ship it out to your customer, they will collect the cash and they will deposit it into your bank account, right? So on one side is Source and Fee. On the next side is IndiaMart. Right now, IndiaMart basically does not directly work with your Shopify store. Source and Fee, you can directly connect to your Shopify store and everything is automated. With IndiaMart, you can't directly connect it to Shopify. So we use a second service called ShipRocket alongside. So one side is Source and Fee, the other side is IndiaMart plus ShipRocket. Remember that because I'm going to explain it and I don't want you to be confused. Now, let's see how this works. So, first is Source and Fee, right? So, this is where you go, seller.sourceandfee.com. There are a lot of different services. I'm just taking Source and Fee as an example. This is not any sort of endorsement for it. This is just one example that I'm giving you. All right. So, first, we have to create an account. I've already created one. So, I'm just going to log in here. Log in. Now, the first thing you have to do is connect Source and Fee to your Shopify store, right? So what we do for that, we go into settings, we go into channels. We already have an old store, which I'm going to delete. So now you create an account on Source and Fee, you click on new channel, you click on integrate with Shopify. It's going to take you to your Shopify store that you have already created. So Source and Fee is basically installing its own app on your Shopify store so both of them can get connected. So I click on install and your Shopify and Source and Fee are now connected. As you can see, both of these are connected. Your store link is showing up here. As you can see, ZAP. So they're connected now. Now what happens is whenever you get an order, right? Whenever you get an order on your Shopify store, it will automatically come in Source and Fee. You don't have to do anything after that. Once your orders show up here, there will be an action button which will be ship. You click on ship and the order gets directly delivered to your customers. That's how easy it is. Now, talking about cash on delivery, right? Let's say it is a cash on delivery order. What do you actually do? Source and Fee will ship out that product to your customer, right? They will collect the cash from it. They will deduct their commission and deposit the rest of it in your bank account. How do they deposit it in your bank account? You go to remittance. You go to settings, and you go to your. Let me just check. You have to add your bank account here. Let's go to remittance and let me just check. I think they've moved their option to add your bank account. So what you actually have to do is add your bank account here. Let me just check. Support team, can you please help me out with the options for the bank account? My team is just going to do that. Just give me 1 second.
I think it has to be.
I think they've changed it. They've
go to manager profile.
Let's go to manager profile. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, bank detail. Right. Thanks. So under your bank details, this is where you enter all of your bank account details and they will deposit the commission into your bank account. That's how easy it is, right? So sorry that took a little bit of time. They used to have the bank account option in the settings. They've actually moved it somewhere else right now. Right. So that was about third party fulfillment, which is Source in Fee. Okay. Now the second option, the private suppliers, right? So let's say You don't want to work with source and fee, you want to work with a supplier from India Mart. How do you actually connect India Mart to your Shopify? For that, you first have to create a ShipRocket account. So you go to shiprocket.com and you create an account here. And we follow the same steps to actually connect it to our Shopify store. So here you go into setup and manage, you go into channels, and you can see connect new channel. Shopify is already an option. Click on add and you click on connect to Shopify, right? So obviously I've already connected the store, so it's not letting me connect it again, and the connection is already done here. So as you can see, channels, and the connection is already done here, right? So it's an old store, it's already connected, so I'm not going to connect it again, right? Now whenever an order comes to your Shopify store, it's going to come up in your orders tab in ShipRocket as well. But now, how does the ShipRocket person know where is your supplier's warehouse, right? So for that, we have to do one thing. We have to go to settings. We have to go to, first of all, do your KYCs and then go to pickup addresses. Now, under pickup addresses, you will add a pickup address, and here you will add the address of your India Mart supplier. You have to ask for your supplier's warehouse address. You add all of these addresses, and now what will happen is whenever you get an order on Shopify, you get an order in ShipRocket. When you click on the Ship Now button, ShipRocket will send a person to the address that you've added here, pick up the product, deliver it to your customer, and the same way collect COD and add it to your bank account. Let's see if we can find the bank account option right here. I think it's in billing and invoicing. Not really. Let's just see bank account options, seller remittance, bank details. So you add your bank details right here, and that's how easy it is. So again, source in fee in one place as a fulfillment option, as a third party fulfillment, India Mart plus ShipRocket as a private supplier fulfillment. These are the two ways you will use to ship your orders out in the e-commerce industry. And once again, when you grow your business, you can use your own fulfillment. You can have your own warehouses. If you're becoming a big brand, it's better to actually have your own warehouse, But until you're doing even 3 to 5,000 orders every single day, you can use just these two methods to easily fulfill your orders. I'm sure you guys will have a few questions about this because it can be a little complicated. Just save it for the Q&A section and I will be answering all of those. Now, how do you actually get paid, right? So first of all, you receive payments from the customers at the retail price, purchase the product at a lower wholesale price from the supplier, and keep the difference as profit. So again, dropshipping is no different than any sort of other business. The whole point is we just sell the product first and buy it later, as we learned initially. So this is the method for this. You receive the order, you ship out the order to the customer. Once the order gets delivered to the customer, if they've made a prepaid order, let's say they used Razor Pay or Cash Free to place the order, you get the money in your bank account within 2 days. If they use COD, you get the money within 7 days. That's how easy it is. So within a maximum of 7 days, you get the money in your bank account after deducting all of the costs, after deducting all of the commissions, all the balance comes in your bank account. Now, the best part is that no inventory, very low investment, wide product selection, and location flexibility. This last one is my favorite because this whole business can be run from anywhere in the world. I'm currently in my home, and I'm running this business sitting here as I've been doing for the last 6 7 years, right? So even if I'm traveling, it becomes very easy for me to manage such businesses. Now, opening up the chat for 1 second, I want to understand, it's the new year. You might have some goals. What is your financial goal for 2025? I need a number, because these numbers are important, right? Let's see, what's 1 lakh a month? That's a good one. 15 lakhs, 5 CR, 1 crore, 12 LPA, 12 lakh per month, 5 crores, 5 lakhs, 1 lakh in profit, 2 crores. Amazing. These are some great numbers, guys. And I want to just reinforce the belief that these numbers are not unachievable. Yes, the bigger the number, the harder you have to work. Don't think even for a second that you won't be required to work hard. Okay, 1 crore, 50K per month, 100K. This is amazing. And no matter what your age is, if you're a 13-year-old or a 30-year-old or a 50-year-old, and if you're doing this business, these numbers are very, very achievable because the scope of this business is actually unlimited, right? So these numbers are very important. You have the next 11 months now. January is almost over, but you have the next 11 months to make this happen. Remember, the bigger the number, the harder you have to work. Don't treat this as a get rich quick scheme. It's not. You will need to work hard just like anybody does in their life to succeed at anything, right? All the information is here, which I'm going to help you provide. I'm going to provide to you, but working hard is a non-negotiable here, right? So now A question that I hear a lot is dropshipping dead? What is the future potential of this business model, right? Let me ask you a question first of all. Have you actually ever purchased anything from an online ad? Anything have you purchased from an online ad? Many times. Yes, yes, yes. I see a lot of yeses. I see few no's as well. But you might be seeing the chat, guys. There are more yeses than no's, right? And funnily enough, I'm sure you got this, you got into this workshop from an online ad as well, right? So online advertising works all the time. I'm sure you have friends and family who do a lot of online shopping as well. Now, do you always purchase from a well-known brand, or have you ever purchased something from a brand for the first time as well, right? I'm sure you must have, right? Everyone if the product is nice enough, if the ads are good enough, you will purchase it. It's as simple as that. It's human nature, right? All right. Now, drop shipping is first of all just a fulfillment model. Like I, keep reinforcing this in people's minds that it is a business at the end of the day. But yes, it's an easier business, but it is a business at the end of the day. So contrary to what some people might say that drop shipping is still booming, it has a huge future ahead. It keeps changing. It's a dynamic industry, but the opportunity is actually insanely huge. And why the Indian market? Because people, I got a lot of questions. Why not the US market? And I already explained because it is competitive. But I want to show you some numbers here. In 2024, e-commerce was worth 10 lakh crores, and towards 2030, it's going to be 25 lakh crores. Now, I don't know about you, but I just want a tiny piece of this. Like I just want a tiny piece of this. The market is so huge. There will always be more buyers than sellers. And the fact that you guys are already here today is that you're already one step ahead of these people. But there are some harsh realities as well, which is also my job to tell you. Like I don't want to make it sound very glorified and not give you the whole picture. So the harsh reality is that the lack of knowledge and lack of strategy will result in a loss of money. I've done that myself. This is a screenshot from my own ads manager. Losing thousands of, and this is from a single day, by the way. So this was, we burned this money in a single day. We were not profitable on just this much. On 2.19 ROI, we were not profitable. We lost a lot of money that day. Bad offers, poorly researched products, bad websites, you will lose money. If you make bad websites, you will lose money. And the fact is that less than 5% of Indians actually know about these strategies. And like I said, the fact that you're here, you already are in the top 5% now. The people who are not here, a lot more people actually signed up for this workshop and they did not show up. And the fact that you have shown up already puts you like a couple of steps ahead. Now, less than 5% of Indians actually know about this, and less than 1% of Indians actually have the skills, because knowing is different and doing is much, much different, right? Now, let's take a look at the case study of one of my students who falls in that 1%. This is a very interesting, this is my favorite part of this whole workshop, because you're going to get a realistic insight into how much money can actually be made and how it actually is done. So, his sales in just 1 month, from 15th June to 15th July, in just 30 days, was around 55 lakh rupees. Now, this is just revenue. Okay, I'm going to give you a whole breakdown of his net profit as well. 55 lakh rupees in revenue, and he spent 10 lakh rupees on advertising. Again, you might be thinking, oh, I don't have 10 lakh rupees. I'll be addressing that. Don't worry. Just give me 1 second. Okay. I just want to show you the numbers right now. So 10 lakh rupees spent, 55 lakh rupees made, in revenue. Let's just calculate the profit together. So he spent 10 lakh rupees on advertising, which got him 4,637 orders. Now the total revenue was 47 lakh rupees. You might be thinking it was 55 lakhs. How did it become 47 lakhs? I have deducted the GST from it, right? So I'm going to give you the realistic number. This though the government will take, right? So 47 lakh rupees was his actual net revenue. He only managed to deliver 73% of the orders. Okay, so in India, since it's a cash on delivery market, you won't be able to deliver 100% of your orders. It will always be lesser than 100%, no matter how big of a brand it is. The delivery rates are never 100%. That's the biggest problem in the Indian e-commerce space. But even with 73% delivery, 73% of 47 lakh rupees was actual revenue, came down to 34 lakhs 42,000 rupees. His cost of goods plus shipping was 17 lakhs 54,000, and his profit before GST. Now, profit, how do we calculate the profit? Actual revenue minus cost of goods minus the ad spend came out to be 6 lakh 86,000 rupees. His GST that he had to pay to the government was 1,23,000 rupees, and profit after GST was 5,62,000 rupees. That is 1 month. 5,62,000 rupees of profit, which is 16.35% in just 1 month. That is straight up money in his pocket. Okay, straight up money in his pocket. What was the actual product? Any guesses on the product category? I'm going to reveal the product to you guys, but I just want you guys to give me any guesses that you might have. So any guesses that you have, what product category was this? Tech, beauty, kitchen, shoe wipes, beauty, furniture, decor, kitchen, t-shirt, gadgets, skincare, kids, toys, jewelry. All right, toys, fashion, car models, amazing. So good guesses, good guesses. So anybody who said anything related to cars, you would be right. So the product was this, a car umbrella, right? So what did this product do? It was a very simple product. If your car is standing outside on the road, if it's parked on the road in the summer, it gets heated up from inside. This was a simple umbrella that you put under your windshield from the inside of your car, so it does not get heated up. It's a simple, such a simple, stupid product, and that's how much money he made. So solved an actual problem, prevented your car from heating up in the summers. Good perceived value, 600 rupee margin. Remember, good products solve problems. This product solved a really good problem. Had a 70% delivery rate because it attracted a mature audience. Now, obviously, who are the people buying this? People who own cars, which is generally older people, right? They are the ones buying this for their cars. Good average order value, around 1200 rupees he was selling it for. And the best part was it can be sold in bundles because every family now at least has two cars, you know. Yes, of course, one car is the bare minimum, right? Most people have two cars, right? So he was selling packs of two and packs of three, so all the cars can be saved from, you know, heating up. Now that is the best part. So net profit over 5.6 lakhs sitting at home. Power of Indian e-commerce. That's and when I got to this case study, it was actually insane just seeing how simple product can make this much money. Now, like I said, you must be thinking he spent 10 lakh rupees on ads. I don't have that much to invest. The reality is he actually started with 40,000 rupees. Anytime he made any money from day one, let's say he spent 40,000 rupees, got 1,50,000 rupees in sales. Reinvest that 1,50,000 into ads. Reinvest anything that you make on a single day into the ads on next day, and you keep scaling up. So he did not spend 10 lakh rupees from his pocket. He spent 10 lakh rupees in total from the profits that he was making. So I hope that makes it a little bit clear, because you might be thinking, oh, I need 10 lakh rupees to make, you know, like 55 lakhs in sales. That's not true. You just need 30 to 50,000 rupees to get started on the ads and a well researched product. And this was just one of his products over 1 month. This product actually ran for like 3 4 months and had a much higher, I think it crossed a crore in revenue as well. So, you know, one product, one well researched product, one decent enough website, and 2 3 good ads is what it takes to actually get results like this. Now, like I said, less than 1% of Indians have these skills, right? So I want to ask you a question, like, why do you think this percentage is so low, right? So why does only a small amount of people have this sort of skill? Why not everyone? Why don't people have this skill? Why isn't everybody doing this? You know, lazy, ignorance, mindset, research skill, lack of knowledge, not enough exposure, fear. Yes, fear is a very good one. Courage, fear, lack of awareness. Amazing. This is all of these, a lack of action. That's a really good one. And you guys are absolutely correct. I'll tell you, lack of knowledge, lack of awareness is the big one, right? You guys, before you came here today, maybe did not know about the things that you know about now, right? So maybe this has gotten you more interested. This has maybe opened up some new ideas in your head. You know, that's, if you don't know, you don't know what you don't know. It's as simple as that, right? No central learning institution not taught in colleges. I know maybe like one modern college that has now started making courses on e-commerce, but no Delhi University College, no IB University, no colleges in Bombay or all over India I know that actually teach practical business. Yes, there are a lot of MBA courses, but they're not teaching how to do this practically, right? Now there's lots of content on YouTube, but videos and half knowledge. Now when I started my journey, I also learned a lot from YouTube, a lot of great, you know, like YouTubers and all I used to follow. But the problem I used to face was that, okay, I watch one video from them. I do what they told me in that video. Now I'm facing some obstacle. Now I'm commenting on their YouTube videos, but I'm not getting replies for like 1 month to 2 months, because the creator obviously cannot look at all the comments and reply to all the comments. So I'm not getting any real support. So no community for support and help, no mentor to guide and answer questions, and no support and network. I know there are hundreds of people like me in that same YouTube comment section who are struggling with the same things, but we can't talk to each other. There is no community, there's no guidance. That was the main problem. And the counter to that, which is the best part, is that it's not really hard to get into that top 1%. People simply just don't know how, because you guys said lack of awareness, which is the absolutely right answer for this. Now, I'm going to tell you how to get into that top 1%. But before we move forward, I'm going to be 100% transparent. Okay. Till now, till this point in the workshop, I've given you all the value. I've taught you everything that, like I've learned over the past 7 years, a lot of different things. From this point onwards in the workshop, I'm going to offer you something, and that's totally fine. If you're not interested in that, you can come back for the Q&A session, but it's my responsibility to be completely transparent with you. Because see, at the end of the day, I'm also running a business. I'm a businessman as well. A lot of my employees and their families depend on me as well, right? And I am here to give value. And of course, since I'm a businessman, I like to be transparent that, hey, this is the value I'm going to provide you in exchange for this. So I'm going to be transparent. I'm going to move on and give you something, give an offer of some sort. If you guys don't want to be part of that, well and good, that's totally fair. You guys can come back for the Q&A session, but if you are, please listen, and if you get any value, consider it. I'm going to tell you about Indian Ecom Mastery, right, which is basically a community, the biggest Indian community of e-commerce entrepreneurs, right? So in which we have 35 modules, 130 plus videos, around 200 to 300 hours of content. We show you how to find products that make 1 crore per month. Like, I showed you two methods today. In our community, we have 20 such methods essentially that we show you. We show you how to create Shopify stores that print money. We gave you the complete blueprint. We're going to give you that zip file. In our community, you get 13 such zip files and a lot of in-depth content. You learn meta ad strategies that have made over 70 crores in sales. Like, you saw how to launch your first campaign. In our community, we show you how to launch, scale, optimize, and kill, especially because a lot of people don't know how to stop their campaigns as well. You saw a case study for 55 lakh rupees. In the community, we give you a case study of 4.2 crores. So with one single product over 4 months, day by day breakdowns. I'm going to give you an inside look as well. We also talk about order fulfillment, email marketing, Indian taxation, WhatsApp marketing, and a lot more. So let me give you an inside look now. So this is our dashboard. Should you consider to enroll into the community, this is what you'll get access to. And each one of these tiles is a separate training module in itself, right? With over 300 hours of content. So let me just start from the top. So this is our 15 master methods to find your next 1 crore product, in which we have a total of, I think, 8 or 9 hour training with covering over 20 methods. It says 15, but we've actually updated it with some advanced product research tools and advanced product research training, right? You also get a profit calculation sheet and a supplier contact list. So you don't have to go out and find your own suppliers. We have our community suppliers who will do the supplying for you, right? Moving on, then we have the 1 crore Shopify store, how to build your own Shopify store in complete depth. As you can see, each one of these is a complete video, and we have new and updated videos that we keep adding for 2025. So every video is a new video explaining every button, every little thing in complete detail. How to integrate payment methods, what to do if your product shows sold out, how to set up discounts, making the perfect homepage, 4 crore product page, every single setup, that even if you don't want to upload that zip file and you want to create your own store, the whole training is right here. Then we have Facebook ads mastery. Like we showed you the one campaign that you launch. In this, we show you everything from creating your Facebook ads manager to actually scaling. So understanding the ads manager, creating your first ad campaign, learning about testing phase, scaling phase, 10 different methods of actually scaling your products, custom and lookalike audiences, how to retarget people, how to source creatives. And you also get 10 winning products every month from our team to you that you can use. So you don't even have to do your own research. So we're already up to, I think, 195 products that you already will get a list of. So this list is complete, not just products, with pre-built landing pages, pre-found creatives. So you will basically get a Google Drive link where you can copy the product page, download the creatives, and start running the ads from tomorrow or tonight if you want. And then we have a lot of supplier contact lists, dropshipping process guide, the complete optimization guide, and a lot more. Then my favorite part, and most of our community members favorite part, is the 4.2 crore case study. This is the case study intro, product plus website reveal, winning creators reveal, and you can even use these creators by downloading them right here. right? So we have a week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, complete breakdown day by day. Like what did I do on one day to scale it? What did I do on the second day to kill it? Everything with a complete profit and loss statement from my accountant himself. So like a complete vetted, audited profit and loss statement as well. We have shipping and delivery. We have WhatsApp marketing revenue machine, how you can actually use WhatsApp to make money within e-commerce, like because WhatsApp marketing is becoming very, very important. How to reduce fake orders and returns, $7 million email marketing guide, Indian taxation, because not a lot of people talk about the taxation side of things. We have bonus webinars and training, and the best part are weekly call recordings. So I launched this community on the 1st of July 2023. And since then, we do 2 calls every single week. We haven't missed a single week till now. And every call recording is given to you. As you can see, all of these are separate call recordings, and these can go as long as 4 hours. So you can see 173 minutes. This is almost 3 hours. We have calls ranging from 1 hour to like 4.5 hours as well. So all of this past data you will get access to. Now, we also have our community, which is India's #1 private e-commerce community. We have our own separate Discord channel with a lot of members. I think we're at about 12,355 members. And let me just show you around. This is my favorite part, student success. I just want to show you what people actually are doing. Right today, 5,100 rupees. This is first day starting this stuff. 10K of business in 4 days, started with 2,000 rupees in ad spend. A lot of learnings from people, 10,000 rupees per day. Amazing. This is okay. This Abhinav Chaudhary joined us very, very recently. So he says in October 2024, randomly scrolling through Insta Reels, one ad popped up where ecom star was explaining to earn lakhs in by doing dropshipping business. Randomly joined the 3-hour workshop, which you guys are right now attending. And here I am today. Before 45 days, if somebody had told me I would be able to generate this much revenue, I won't have believed that. He made 27.5 lakhs in just 45 days. And the community actually went crazy because Abhinav is a total baller. Like he learned, he actually joined from one of our workshops, and he absolutely killed it. Absolutely killed it. I can see people doing 52% prepaid orders, 6 lakhs 84,000 rupees. You can see, let's see what people are doing more. 4 lakh 76,000 in the last 30 days. And again, 3 lakh 1,000 last 30 days. Amazing stuff. 10 lakh rupees in the last year. Brilliant, brilliant stuff from members, real members with real results. And this is the part that I love the most. We also have a premium chat, Grandmaster chat, which is going on all day for any sort of problems that you have. The community is helping each other out all the time. And this is the favorite part. you know we have weekly one-on-one winners where one person every week we give a call to, and basically with a one-on-one session with me and the team to help them grow their business. That's completely for free. We have our weekly calls on Wednesdays and Saturdays. You can attend any one. If you're a working professional, we started our Saturday batch so you can easily attend it. And we have our weekly calls on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. as well. We have our high performance channel where all the high performers of the community are added to a separate channel for even high level conversations. And we recently launched ecom tushar gpt. So like this is our own chat gpt. You can ask it any sort of questions and you will get all the e-commerce answers. You don't have to wait for anybody to actually give you any sort of guidance. Don't have to wait for any replies. We have our own ecom tushar chat gpt. So lots of different stuff. You can get different services as well. If you want us to create a Shopify store, we'll do that. You can sell your inventory here if you're not able to sell it to anybody else. You can get ShipRocket, get Spur, agency accounts, basically everything. We have our voice channels where people hang out every day and talk about ecom all day. So this is a lot of like fun stuff. This is basically the best part of our community, our Discord channel, and you can see some of the results from our community here as well, right? Because we only teach what works, like no crap, like nothing that is outdated, nothing that does not work. Our whole agenda is to basically give you guys the tools and the direction to actually change your lives, because I know I did it. I know I helped 100 people do it, and now those 100 people are helping like thousands of people do it. So you're more than welcome to enroll if you like it. This is the full list of access, product research, Shopify store creation, Facebook and IG ads. You can take a screenshot if you want. We're also doing in-person events. I just did a meetup in Bombay as well, which was really, really fun. And that is only exclusively for community members. And we're going to be doing this all over Delhi, all over India actually. So in Delhi, Gurgaon, Bombay, Bangalore, Kolkata, wherever our community is, we'll be doing a meetup there. Now let's look at the different plans once, because we do have a couple of plans. So these are the two plans that we have, Grandmaster and Grandmaster Plus. Now, both of these plans include almost everything, with Grandmaster Plus having some additional benefits, which is reducing RTO course, the email marketing course, Indian taxation, free future course content completely, the WhatsApp marketing course, and webinars and bonuses. So you can go to the website and actually see this chart and see what you like and you don't like. If you like Grandmaster more, Grandmaster Plus more, totally up to you. What about the pricing? Because this is the important part. How much does it cost, Tushar? You showing me so much, showing us so much stuff. Now tell us the real part. So I'm gonna be once again be super transparent. We have two plans: Grandmaster for 14,999, Grandmaster Plus for 19,999. But as a thank you for your time today, of course you're gonna be getting all the freebies worth 15,000 rupees, and you'll also get extra 20% off if you use the code WS26, and this is available for the next 50 signups only. So if you are interested in enrolling, please scan this QR code or go to this website, go to this URL. I'll be posting this in the chat as well. Let me just post it, and you can go here, use the code WS26. All right. And if you'd like to join our Discord, you can do so here. If you want to contact my team, you can do so here. Right. So this is what it is. I'm going to take a quick break and then we'll be starting the Q&A session. Meanwhile, please feel free to enroll. We have a lot of great stuff coming up this year. I would love for you to be a part of the community. And yeah, I'm here to give value. We're all like the whole community is here to help each other. You can see, people's results live in our Discord. If you feel like, I can understand if you want to be a little bit skeptical. Oh, hey, why are you selling us something after giving value? It's totally up to you. Of course, no, nobody's going to force you to enroll, but if you'd like to do something different this year, I highly recommend considering us as an option. If not, that's totally fine as well. I hope you got the value from this workshop itself. But if you want more and more value and you want to dive deep into this business, please scan the QR code. I'll be back in the next 2 minutes. Okay, one more thing I totally forgot to mention is that we have a 0% no cost EMI starting from 783 rupees per month as well. So let's go ahead and let's start the Q&A. Please do not spam the chat during the Q&A. I will be trying to get to everyone's answer. Let's go ahead and let's start asking our questions. Why do I spend money on ads? Is to get sales basically. How would Source and know from where to pick the inventory from? They have their own vendors. How do you verify product and supplier India Mart is genuine? You can order a sample. What if the product displayed on a Shopify account is different from the actual product? So make sure you order a sample or from Amazon and see what the product is like. How do you verify? Okay, I've already answered that. How do we find wholesalers except India Mart, and what do we say to them and how to deal with them? You just call them up and ask them, hey, I'm doing dropshipping. I'm selling these products. If you have this product, I can give you 10 or 20 daily orders. So can you do this for me? Everybody in the industry knows about dropshippers now, and you'll easily be able to get the wholesalers. Okay. How to contact Instagram celebrities for ads? You can do this via agencies, different agencies. You can search for Monkey Entertainment. There's Octo Ads. There's a lot of different agencies that you can search for. I have my own product. How do I do dropshipping? You don't have to do dropshipping. If you have your own product, is the best way because you can then sell it on your own website and you can do your own fulfillment with your own quality checks. My basic question is you basically when we like to purchase something from India Mart, they require minimum purchase quantity. Please explain. So when you're working with private suppliers, they'll either ask you to buy minimum order quantity, which is 10 or 20 units. So that's why we start with something like third party fulfillment, which is source in or Reposo. And when we know we're getting 10, 20 orders every day is when we can buy the inventory, because we know we're going to sell that inventory easily. Okay. What is supplier declines to pack the way we want, or how to convince supplier to pack in a way, as India Mart suppliers are wholesalers and they might not pack each order as it would be tiresome. So again, they do have, so they will charge you to pack each order. So they'll charge you 10 or 20 rupees extra to pack each order. So they're making money out of it. So they'll absolutely help you pack orders whatever way you want it to. What issues can we run into? You can run into RTOs, you can run into fake orders, you can run into your ads not working. There's a lot of issues which we cover completely extensively within our community. Okay, I have three questions. Does Shopify deal with GST on their own, or do we have to need something extra for that? You don't need to do anything extra. Do we have good AIs if you want to create our own ads? Yes, there's a lot of AIs like Creatify right now. What is the best payment gateway to add to Shopify, like Rupee or PayPal? No Rupee or PayPal, you go with Razorpay or Cashfree. Is GST mandatory, Rajesh? It's not. You only need GST once you cross 40 lakhs in yearly sales. What about the tools that I bought with your class? Again, you will get it in your email after the workshop is over. Make sure that you're staying so you get that. Okay. How to find suppliers on SourceInfo or Reposo? You don't have to find suppliers SourceInfo or Reposo. You'll find the product on SourceInfo or Reposo directly. Okay. Are there suppliers, producers found in India Mart already prepared to plug into dropshipping model? Yes, most of them now know about dropshippers, and a lot of dropshippers in the industry are working with India Mart suppliers, including me. Okay. Pricing pricing with the high value products will also say follow same method of 500 into 3. Please shed more light on this. So Anandita, that's a good question. If you have, let's say, the cost of your product is 1,000 rupees, then you don't have to do the 500 or into 3 model. You can do the into 3, which is totally fine, but instead of plus 500 you do plus 1000, right? So 2000 to 3000 rupees will become your selling price range. Okay. How do we create high quality ads? If you want to create high quality ads, first you can download them directly from TikTok. Secondly, you can hire any sort of agencies to create it for you on Fiverr or Upwork. When is the right time to get GST? When you cross 35 lakhs in revenue. What is your view on Printify clothing in India? Please elaborate. Print on demand is huge in India. You can definitely do it. It's very similar to dropshipping. Instead of a product, you're selling t-shirts basically. So very big industry, but very competitive as well. All right. Okay. Moving on. How do people have trust if my website only have one product? Again, like I said, people are not going to go to your homepage and find other products. But even when you start off, have at least 5 to 10 products listed on your website, even if you're not selling those 10 products. Okay, moving on. To accept online payments from Shopify, do we need GST registration? No, you do not. Okay. How do you handle returns? We basically ship the returns back to the warehouse itself, to the supplier warehouse itself. Vinay is asking, why should I choose this course? That's a really good question, because first of all, we're the biggest community in India right now. We have everything that is updated to learn about e-commerce. We are constantly updating it. We have a community of members who are doing really well. So we have a proven track record. Again, I don't want to boast about it. Please go to our Discord, which is free to join, and you'll easily be able to see people's results and maybe get motivated that way. Okay. How much to spend on ads? Like I said, you can start with 300 rupees per ad set per day, minimum 1500 rupees for one product per day. All right, moving on. What about YouTube ads? YouTube ads are great, but I'm not an expert in YouTube ads, so I'm not the right person. I'm an expert in Instagram and Meta ads, and that's what you can ask me any questions for. I have my own product. That's even better. If you have your own product, please sell it. Please, please, please sell it. But you have to take care of shipping yourself. Okay. We're moving on. Joined a bit late, but are we able to repurpose this model for international dropshipping? 100%. Just your fulfillment method will change from using Indian suppliers to using Chinese suppliers. Okay, moving on. Right. How much do you charge India Mart and Ship Rocket take? So again, India Mart suppliers will give you their own pricing. Let's say they give you 200 rupees price of the product. You sell it for 1,000 rupees, so you get 800 rupees of margin. Ship Rocket will also give you their pricing for shipping one product, which is usually around 100 rupees. Okay. Do we need to keep the FB IG page active to get results from ads? Not at all. You don't even need to post on it. Okay. Uh, will my returned order get back to the seller address from IndiaMart? How can I sell this again? Should I get to my address or to the seller? Send it back to the seller, because then it will be used for your next orders. Same inventory will get used for your next orders. Reposo versus source and fee. I would say source and fee for sure. But again, it's best to just work with private suppliers instead of these. Apps are great just for the testing phase. Okay. Can we do partial COD with source and fee? Unfortunately, you cannot. Okay. There is no entry barrier. What about MOQ and India Mart? So MOQ and India Mart is very, very low. Let's say 50 units or 100 units, whatever amount of units there are in one carton. So let's say if you in your testing phase you're using Reposo and you're getting 10 orders per day. So you know that in the next 5 days you're going to get 50 orders. So you can easily, once you're done with the testing phase, you can buy the carton of 50 units and you can easily sell it for the next 5 days without any more investment in inventory. Okay, minimum investment to start 30 to 50,000 rupees. You need to have 30,000 is the bare minimum. 50,000 is an ideal budget that you should have. Your subscription is for lifetime, is per year basis, guys. Everything is lifetime. Okay, you also get weekly live calls that which are for 15 weeks, but the course content and the access to Discord is lifetime. When to stop the campaign and ad spend, again we cover everything within our community, all the answers in the community with every video, with a dedicated video for each topic. Okay, I bought the tools with this class. You're gonna get access to them after the workshop is over, man. All right, cool. You said in YouTube, cash on delivery may have high RTO. So how to deal with it? Again, we have a whole RTO and fake orders module where we show you how to reduce your RTOs and get more prepaid orders. Okay, moving on. What do you think about Reposo Cloud? They used to be good, not anymore that much. Can we sell first copies like bags and all? No, you should not be doing that. You will get banned on Facebook. Don't do that. What is the length of the course? So our course content is actually around the core course content will be around 100 hours. Over that, we have a lot of weekly live calls that you can go through, which is another 2 to 300 hours. So 400 hours of content. Again, you don't have to go through all of it to get started, but the core course content you should be going through. Okay, moving on. What do I do with the returned orders? They get used as your next inventory. Okay, moving on. I have my own product. How do I do dropshipping for it? Siddhi, I think I already answered that. Okay, okay, that's a lot of questions, guys. I can't read it that quick. Okay, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to. Let me take a breath. Okay. Will more than one SKU require for self storage? For self storage, you can have one SKU. You can have 100. It's totally up to you what you sell. Aspect ratio for creative as 1:1 or 9:16. Totally up to you. Okay. Minimum age. There is no minimum age. We have a 14-year-old in our community. His name is Dhaman, and he's doing really, really well. He did like I think 50,000 rupees in 3 days at 14 years old. It's absolutely insane the kind of people we have. Minimum capital required, like I said, 30 to 50,000. Is there a price point that we shouldn't go beyond for dropshipping products? Yes, I would say 1,999 is the limit. So the sweet spot is 999. 1,999 should be your higher limit as well. Okay, moving on. What is the right time to post our products on Reels or Meta or Insta? At 12 a.m. of the night, 12 a.m., especially when you're running ads. Organic, you can post around 5 p.m. Okay. Can we use Google Pay rather than Razorpay or PayPal? So PayPal is for international. Forget about PayPal. Yes, you can use Google Pay, which is included in Razorpay. So you will need Razorpay, which will activate UPI payments for you. Okay. I'm considering whether to subscribe now or wait until I have a product ready. Would it be more beneficial to subscribe at this stage or should I first focus on finding a product before subscribing? Jay, that's an interesting question. You can absolutely wait until you find a product, but the game is that when we teach you in our product research module how many products you have to find to actually get a list of 10 products. So I would say those modules will be very, very helpful for you when you're doing your product research because you'll understand it in even better manner than you did in this workshop today. It's way more in depth. So if you'd like, you can subscribe today and take advantage of the discount that we have running. Otherwise, you can wait it out. It's totally up to you. Okay, cool. Should we exclude RTO regions in meta ads? Derek, you don't need to do that when you're first starting out. But if you get a lot of orders from high RTO regions, then yes, you should exclude it. Okay. All right. Oh my God. Can we use brand or creators video and edit music or add voiceover and use it? Yes, you can. But again, do it only for the testing phase, not for the scaling phase. Why is dropshipping considered better than FBA? It's just reinventing the wheel and doing a lot more steps. It's actually not reinventing the wheel. So, okay, FBA is, I don't like FBA because Amazon has a huge cut in it and I don't like that. Then you still have to advertise on Amazon. So if I'm paying money for advertising, I would rather have the customer data for myself. Okay, moving on. Should we meet suppliers before we run ads to keep fulfillment fast? You don't really need to meet them. A phone call should be good enough. All right. Lots of questions. How long to test the product before discarding it if it's not the good product? Okay, 1 day. Within maximum, so minimum 1 day, maximum 3 days. After 3 days, you will know for sure if the product is gonna work or not, and we'll show you how. Okay. All right, moving on. Can we do FBA and dropshipping? Do you find training for both? No, this is just for e-com and dropshipping. Nothing regarding Amazon FBA here. Okay. Cool. Moving on. When you have your own product brand, then spending on expensive packaging to give premium feel makes sense. Yes, definitely. But packaging is actually not that expensive anymore. Packaging is actually very cheap. There's a lot of different options on the market. We work with a company called We Fulfill that helps us provide packaging at a very low cost as well. Okay. Why do people hate about fake products in meta ads comment section? Because there's a lot of people who actually run fake ads. Now that's the dark side of this this industry, is that some people take advantage of advertising. They get banned, and they use black hat methods. They get caught as well. They go to jail. I don't know why people do that when you can run a nice business and actually make some good money. Okay, moving on. All right, guys, there's a lot of questions. I'm trying to go through it. If you could only see the level of questions, I'm sure you can. Okay. All right. Can you train me one on one? Unfortunately, not, because we have 10,000 plus members. I can't do one on ones right now. I hope I'm able to someday. Cool. How to use a ChatGPT ecom program? You can use a ChatGPT ecom program when you join our community. Okay, moving on. What is the typical profit margin? A 20% profit margin is a very healthy profit margin. Okay, moving on. Breakdown of 30K investment. Interesting question. So 30K investment mostly will go into ads. 10% or 15% of them will go into inventory when you start getting profits, basically. How to join your community? Okay, guys. Okay, just 1 second. There's too many questions. I need to pause I need to pause the chat. I can't even read that many questions. So, okay. First of all, guys, here's the link if you'd like to join. WS26 is the code. This is our Discord community if you'd like to join that. And if you want help from our team, this is the email you should reach out to us on. Okay, let me just answer some of the questions before we get more and more questions, because there's too many to read. Okay, Google AdSense, again, AdSense and FB ads are very, very different. You don't really need that. What are the challenges with Alibaba? Alibaba does not work with India directly. So it has, I mean, it's only a challenge. It doesn't really work with India. Okay, moving on. How can we register oneself? So Amazon overseas, I have no idea. I don't work with Amazon. How to process refunds on Shopify and source and fee? You can use that by Razorpay. So when you have Razorpay, you can even do a direct UPI transaction to your customer by asking for the UPI ID. Okay, moving on. All right, that's a lot of questions. I'm scrolling, guys. Okay. If I have more than one SKU, they will have multiple suppliers. How will that work? So in your ship rocket, where I showed you add pickup addresses, you can just add multiple addresses for your multiple suppliers, and you can send the person for product A to supplier A and for product B to supplier B. It's very, very easy to do. Okay. How to find unique products? Again, Varun, that's what exactly we cover in our product research module, where we show you 20 different methods of finding such products, right? So like you said, I showed you 2 ways here. There's 20 more ways in there. Okay, moving on. Why do I need a website? I buy from manufacturer, store at Amazon warehouse, and it gets shipped. Yes, again, that's Amazon FBA. What I'm talking about is e-commerce. So when you work with Amazon, Amazon is your website. But when you work for yourself, you have your own website, you have better margins, you have control over the customers, you have your own customer database. Amazon will never give you any customer database information, by the way. So they own the customer, you don't own the customer. Will the IndiaMart supplier deduct his payments before giving us the payment? No. ShipRocket will collect the COD and deposit it into your bank account. All right, moving on. Sir, I'm having a lot of trouble making business page and business manager. I've tried multiple Gmail accounts. How do I get meta support? Again, we have a complete explanation, because this is one of the challenges that beginners face and they're not able to make their accounts. We have a whole explanation video on this, on how to actually make your meta account, what to do if your meta account gets blocked, how to actually purchase meta accounts if it does not work, and how to actually rent agency accounts. Okay, moving on. I'm a manufacturer of jeans and I already have a website. How to boost my website using Meta and Instagram ads? You need to learn how to run ads to bring people to your website to make sales of your jeans or whatever it is that you sell. Okay, moving on. All right. IndiaMart are wholesalers? Yes, they're wholesalers. Okay, lots of questions. Okay, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to open the chat so some new questions can come in. Moving on. Okay, product sample, yes, you can. Is we fulfill good? Very, very good. Absolutely. How do I find a Chinese private supplier? You can work with VO or Zendrop, WIIO or Zendrop. Customer support after the delivery, yes, you need to have a phone number and an email ID so you can give customer support to your customers, essentially. Aman, can I have your number? Unfortunately, not. You can contact my team anytime though. So we are available in our Discord group or on the email. Shopify is asking for 5,000 rupees. Guys, Shopify asking for 5,000 rupees, only a mandate. It's not going to charge you 5,000 rupees. Don't worry about that. What is the ideal upper selling price? 1,999 is good. I tried joining the community facing issue on payment page. Let me know whatever issues you're facing, Yashraj, and the team will be in touch with you to help you out. All right, moving on. I'm a student in Canada. How can I proceed if I sign up? Artham, if you are a student in Canada, but if you have an Indian bank account and if you have family in India, you can still easily do that business. You can even do it in Canada if you want. All right. Moving on. Ads library unable to find relevant material. X wireless caller mic. Again, on ads library, you need to spend some time because there's so many results. It takes time to actually go through it because in addition to ads library, there are so many new ways that you can find the products. That ad library is basically something that you should be using as your first 2-3 steps, but there are 7 other 8 steps that you should be using, which are in a product research module. All right. How do I discover new manufacturers and build my product portfolio? See, I wouldn't recommend starting off your journey with building out a new product completely. Sell something that is already available. Sell something that is already selling. That's the best way to go about it. Okay. Roboso Cloud or Source and Fee? I would say Source and Fee. But anyway, I would any day prefer not to work with third-party fulfillment apps, but work with private suppliers. All right. Okay. How to get custom packaging? You can easily just search for it on Google, and you'll get a lot of vendors. All right, so many different questions coming in, guys. I'm trying. How to get Razorpay? Just go to razorpay.com and sign up. How to manage customer support? One email, one WhatsApp number. That's it. All right. Signed up from the Grandmaster Aditya Mehta. Amazing, man. Let's go. By the way, guys, we have our next weekly call coming up on Wednesday at 7 p.m. So whoever is enrolling, I'm gonna see you guys on Wednesday for our inside inner circle community call. Super super excited. So Aditya, I'm gonna see you inside there. All right, cool. Amazon or Shopify? Shopify any day. Will IndiaMart only sell in bulk? Yes. I don't have 30K to start. Then you should not purchase this course. Not enroll in our community right now if you don't have 30K. I really advise against it. If you have 30 to 50K only, then I would say, guys. Otherwise, do not do it. Okay. All right. Moving on. There's a lot of questions once again. Okay. Is AutoDS a good Shopify app to use? Yes. For international, it's pretty good. Moving on. I'm working, so can't attend any community call on weekday. It's okay. We have community calls on Wednesdays and Saturdays, so you can attend the Saturday one if you want. All right, moving on. Let's go. Is AutoDS a good one? Yes. I'm 13, so I don't have a bank account. What can I do? Use your parents or any of like your siblings' bank account. That's all I can tell you right now. Cool. Uh, all right. How do I get the information from your business manager paged out? Come to our Discord community. We'll help you out right there. I have Grandmaster and I want to upgrade to Grandmaster Plus. Devesh, reach out to our team, reach out to Ateeb, reach out to Fahad, and we'll help you upgrade it. All right, moving on. 99 new messages every time. Do we end after the Q&A? Yes, we do end after the Q&A. All right. POD or dropshipping? Dropshipping every day for me. Right. ShipRocket or others like Delivery, which is better. Delivery one is very, very good as well. ShipRocket is decent enough too. All right, moving on. Who will pay IndiaMart supplier direct by us or by Shopify? You have to pay the IndiaMart supplier directly yourself. All right, moving on. 78 new messages. This is going too fast. Okay, I'm going to pause it for now. Pause the chat 1 second. And so I can answer some questions. How much time should I spend per day given that I have a full-time job? I would say spend at least 2 to 3 hours if you can, especially on the weekends. You need to spend the full day. When I started, I also had a full-time job. It's just about your time management. If you want to do something good this year, if you want to have your own thing by the end of the year, you have to give it time. That is something that is non-negotiable. Okay, moving on. I want to start a POD business. I'm using Quicking for supplies. Help me guide in this. Do I need to register a company? You don't need to register a company until you reach 40 lakhs in sales, just like I said. Does adding videos is beneficial exponentially to your product, or just pictures are also good? On your website, pictures are good enough, but in your ads, it should always be videos. Okay. Difference between Source and Fee and ShipRocket. Source and Fee is a third-party fulfillment service, and ShipRocket is just a shipping aggregator. Okay, moving on. Right. Okay, I think how many lifetime sales per product should be the target? See, every product is scalable differently. You can't scale every product to a crore in sales. You can't scale every product to 5 crore in sales. Every product has a life cycle. So you should at least aim to sell around 3 to 5,000 units if you want to scale a product well. A good product will easily sell 3 to 5,000 units. At the most, you can aim for 20, 30,000 units as well. Again, this is it's actually limitless. So it's very. Any other resources you can share? Join our Discord. There's a lot of free value in there. I'm once again going to share all the links. So this is the link if you want to join the community. and this is going to be the code. This is our Discord link if you want to join our Discord community. And if you want to chat with us, have any more questions, reach out to us on this email, team@ecomtashar.com. All right, cool. I think I've answered a lot of these questions. Let's take the last 5 minutes, some more questions, and then we can end the session. Cool, moving on. Okay, when do we know when to stop our ads for a particular product? That's a good one because you need, see, there are certain metrics that you need to care about, which is ROAS, CPM, CPP. Now, these might sound like, jargon terms to you, but once you join the community, we have a complete guide on when to actually scale and when to actually save your money and kill your products. Can you explain the payment cycle from account to our India to our from our account to India Mart? Okay, so let's say you're using a private supplier. You first run your ads. Once you get the orders, you pay the India Mart supplier for the inventory. They ship out the products, and whenever ShipRocket collects the cash, they will directly deposit it into your bank account. Give breakdown for 30k invested, like how much for ads. 30k initially will all be for ads. The breakdown is 30,000 for ads itself because you're doing dropshipping and you're using third-party fulfillment, so you won't really need to spend money on anything else. Okay. How can we get the sales up when where there are none? Again, advertising is the only way to get consistent sales. Okay. Alternate of India Mart, I don't really have any alternate. So we do have a list of private suppliers, 20 to 25 private suppliers. That is the only alternative we use, and all our community members get access to that. Okay. Other than subscriptions, do we have any other ways we lose money during failure product? Yes, you basically lose money when you try to scale a product which the market does not want. So you need to know as a good advertiser when to scale and when to stop. Duration of the course, like I said, 100 to 300 hours of content. You don't have to go through all of it, but the core 80 to 90 hours you do have to. Okay, amazing. All right, Nilesh is saying, dear sir, I have attended Indian Dropshipping Mastery webinar on 13th October. I enrolled for the course on the same day. Due to some prior commitments, I hadn't started the course content yet. Can I get a call from your team on this to get access to the course? Yes, Nilesh, please reach out to my team on the email that I mentioned, and we definitely will help you out. VO or Zendrop? Zendrop is definitely a good one. Is GPay available on Shopify? No, you have to use Razorpay for it. When we purchase private inventory, where do they keep? At the supplier's warehouse. Should be the cost of the per sale for a product. That depends. What is your selling price? What is your margin? Pausing the chat now so I can answer the questions. Can we have grocery store for dropshipping method? No, you should not have any consumable products like that. How many orders can I expect on day one of advertising? That totally depends on how well researched your product is, how good your ads are, how optimized your website is, and how good your offer is. So these are the things that we teach. So 4 of these things need to be aligned for you to get sales on day one. We've had people who've gotten 50 orders on day one. We've had people who've gotten 0. The difference between them is the knowledge. Okay. Aspect ratio for creative ads, like I said, 1:1 is good enough. Instagram story format is good enough. Whatever, Facebook will automatically resize it. All right, moving on. Let's see. Lots of zip file. Again, guys, all of the content, all of the freebies will be sent to your email post the workshop. All right. How do return logistics work with private suppliers? They get it back to their own warehouse. Use of tools bought with class, use of customer data. Yes, you will be able to use it. See, okay, the tools that you got with the class is the freebies that you're going to get, which are these, right? You can get 12 winning product for creatives, 0 to 10 lakh per month scaling cheat sheet, custom built Shopify theme, Facebook brand solution guide, and private dropshipping community. If you opted in for the dropshipping bundle, you'll also be getting that, which is a pre-launch checklist and 3 other things. Okay. Okay, let me find some newer questions because all of them are repeating for me. Uh, let's see. Okay, can you explain how to put payment method to get money into bank account after order is fulfilled? Like I said, your bank account details will be taken by Razorpay. So for prepaid orders, you'll get money directly in your bank account. For COD orders, you'll put your bank account details on ShipRocket or SourceSimply, whatever you're using, and they will put the money in your bank account. Okay, guys, that's a lot of questions. That's a lot of answers. I'm gonna stop the screen share now because I'm tired of talking. I feel like there's so much talking. Since like 3 p.m. It's now 5:30, 2.5 hours of direct talking. In the end, first of all, I just want to paste some of the main links that you guys will need. So in case you have lost them, because we have a very active chat. Uh, team@ecomtashar.com. All right, guys. So first of all, thank you so much for taking out the time on a Sunday. I'll be opening up the chat in 1 second just to say our buys and our greetings. But thank you so much for taking the time out on Republic Day on a Sunday. I'm sure you have a lot of other things to do as well. But just the fact that you've taken this step, taken out this time today, shows that you have passion, shows that you have some goals and ambitions. If you'd like, we're here to help you, make all of those a reality and help you basically throughout this year to build a business with you, not just with us. We will be there with every step of the way, with weekly calls, with any sort of content every time, updating it to the 2025 things. Lastly, thank you once again so much for taking out the time. I'm going to open up the chat just so I can say bye to everyone and everyone can say bye to me. Once again, if you consider enrolling, we'll be here. Our next weekly Inner Circle call is on Wednesday, and I will see you guys then. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. And please reach out to us, reach out to the team if you have any other questions, any other doubts. And thank you so much. I'm tired of talking now. I'm going to take a break, have some coffee, have some tea. And thank you so much. And I will see you guys on Wednesday. People who have enrolled, I can see a lot of people have enrolled. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Thank you so much for taking out the time and have a great rest of the day. Enjoy it with your family, enjoy it with your friends. Have a great rest of the week, rest of your Sunday, and bye bye. I will see you guys pretty soon. Record.